That nigga B though. We gonna try to from what we had on the other day. You know what I mean? Yeah, you know. Then we just talking like this because it's a little situation. And my little cousin in here. You know what I'm saying? What are you about 12? Yeah, he 12. So she was telling me like this little nigga on some old. He ain't gonna do his schoolwork because he just don't want to do it. You know what I'm saying? But she was saying that it's because the schoolwork got harder. You know what I'm saying? So because it got harder, he kind of just quit. You know what I'm saying? And like I'd like to say, I just seen my homeboy too. Uh, in the grocery store today. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, we had cleaned up his house for him when he moved. You know what I'm saying? So, man, this thing tripping. So, hold up. This is buffering hard. So, he was like, you know what I'm saying? He was like, you know what I'm saying? How things going on your end? You don't ask me know how things going on his end because he do that beach body thing. You know what I'm saying? Little fitness thing. You know what I'm saying? Him and his wife. You know what I mean? They eating pretty good. You know. So, you know, he was like, well, you know, how business going on your end? You know what I'm saying? You know, I'm like, you know, stuff, you know, it's holding it down. Hold on. Hello? What's going on with you, bro? So, you know, how that baby doing? How Lisa doing? She done got out the hospital. She in there with you? Where she at? Put her on the phone. What's up, bro? How you feeling? I know you is. I know you is. I know you be all right, little while. He told you what I told him. I told him to tell you.
Yes, sir.
You gonna be ready?
You should have received it. I was ready the last day.
Who? I'm talking about to come. I'm talking about, you gotta fight me now. You ain't got no baby. I come see you though. When you want me to come see you though? You know, I've been working a lot, so.
Yeah, whenever when you want to come, you can come whenever.
I probably try to come around cause tomorrow supposed to be pouring down raining.
Yeah, that's a storm.
Also, and it's supposed to abate Sunday, but shoot. Let's see, I know I'm gonna be cross town Monday, so. Cause I got some inspections to do. Come on, you know, proud of you though. You stood up in the paint. He told me you were just he just ain't want to come out.
Yes, he didn't. Like they said that his heart rate kept dropping every time I like pushed and then stopped, and then it was just like, well, no, we're not gonna take that chance. So we're just gonna give you a C-section. But we tried like the first time, and then we waited like 45 minutes and tried again. Then after that, we just went to the back for the C-section.
Oh shoot. Praise y'all. He came up out of there all right though. You know how long they told you it's gonna be before that pain go away?
They said 6 to 8 weeks.
You just gonna be laid up.
Yes, they messed me up in the hospital. Like my arms and everything just moved. I was terrible. I would never go to the hospital.
I don't blame you.
I don't even go to the hospital. I was so mad, like it was terrible.
Yeah. What they did to you to make you get your arm, to bruise your arms up?
So they put an IV in my arm, but they didn't put the IV in my vein. They actually put it in my arm.
Oh
so
my goodness.
The fluid going inside my arm, and it made it swell up. And after I took it out, it turned
So somebody don't know what they doing then. That's what that is.
Yeah. Yeah, and they kept blowing veins. So I just couldn't get no more.
As long as you all right though. Shit, your arm ain't swole now, is it?
No, it's just has this little bruise on the side of it.
That'll go away after a while.
Yeah. Yeah, and they got me up on pain medicine, so they be putting me out.
Well, they done gave you some lower tabs.
Oh, they gave me some
Oh, man. These niggas around here get high on them on general principle.
Yes, I just be laying down today.
I know that. I know that stuff that knock you out.
Yeah, it do. Like, I try not to take them. So, I feel like if I can stay in the pain, I don't want to, like, take them.
I don't blame you. I don't blame you at all. I wouldn't want to take them neither. And white folks love to give you drugs and then pick at you because you'll get addicted to them.
They definitely do. Like, when I was in the hospital, I think I was the whole time.
I wouldn't doubt it because that's the first thing they going to ask you. Do you want some drugs?
They didn't ask me. They just was giving them.
Dang. They said they going to make sure we get this one high then.
Yes.
That's how they roll, though.
Yeah, I see that. But they got what's coming, and I gave them a piece of my mind.
You say you gave them a piece of your mind. What you told them?
Yeah. Yeah, that's what they had to mess me up. I wasn't having that. I was like, I ain't coming back. Y'all.
And let them tell it. That's supposed to be the good hospital.
It really wasn't. The worst experience ever. I thought like they could have got him out. They just ain't want to.
Yeah, they probably could have. Shoot, let me go ahead and get this thing crunk up. I get with Darius so make sure I get round up. All right. I know what it was Wednesday we were looking at, right? We were looking at Isaiah 44, right? So we were looking at some of that stuff, and then we're going to come back to it. You know what I'm saying? We also going to still talk about that time and the time I aim with that pureness, that sincerity too. And we're going to work that stuff around, right? But you know, another note now, like I was talking about though. Like, I've noticed that with people in my lifetime. I seen my homeboy. You know what I'm saying? And he was like, you know what I mean? Just that there in the third, and he was like, yeah, boy, because you know, he said, boy, you'll be all right because you always been a survivor. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm going to tell y'all something real. You know what I'm saying? It's just dead real. A lot of people cannot handle adversity. See, we talked about this last week, too. We were talking about having the heart of a champion, being a champion, what it takes to be a champion. You know what I'm saying? That when you get faced with obstacles and adversity and trying situations, how you overcome them. You know what I'm saying? Because, like I say, man, my little cousin, he ain't never dealt with no adversity in his life. You know what I'm saying? He number 12. You know what I'm saying? I ain't on front. By the time I was 12, I hadn't dealt with a lot of adverse situations by that time. Not as more difficult as some people that I knew who were 12 that dealt with way more adverse things than I did. But you know what I'm saying? Adversity is adversity. I'm just wise enough to know that I knew it was people around me that had it worse. As forth as what they had to deal with. You know what I'm saying? When you get faced with adversity, it can show where your character is. It can show where your mettle is. It can show where your mentality is. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people, when they get faced with adverse situations, they fold or they quit. You know what I'm saying? They don't know how to handle it. They don't know what to do. You know what I'm saying? Like I was just saying, like Kira heard a piece of like, say, what, my mama's side of the family. Say, I don't know my daddy's side of the family like that. But my daddy hard too, though. I done been around him enough to know. My daddy hard too. You know what I'm saying? But my mama was hard. Well, is hard, I should say. My auntie was hard because she's deceased. My auntie was hard. My uncle is hard. They all went about it in a different way. You know what I'm saying? But they were all hard nonetheless. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm hard. My sister's hard. Both of my uncle's sons are hard. My cousin, my auntie's daughter, she hard. All us like that. You know what I'm saying? And you run across. Now, my cousin don't have our last name. She got her dad's last name. You know what I'm saying? But when you run across a Bonton, it's certain things about us. Like, all us the same. All us have good levels of intelligence. But also, we have a short tolerance for stupidity. You know what I'm saying? Very, very short tolerance for it. You know what I'm saying? To the point where if you don't know us and you don't know that, you might get taken aback. You might feel the wrong way. But we really have a real short tolerance for stupidity. We don't like to deal with it. We won't suffer it for too long. You know what I'm saying? We're not as at least me and my sister aren't, because of the word. We all are sarcastic people. You know what I'm saying? Sarcasm is a staple in our family. It's a staple. We're masters of it. You know what I'm saying? We just mastered the art of sarcasm. That's something that you know what I'm saying? Something that we do. Because of our short tolerance for stupidity, that is how we deal with stupid people. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, our people are self-determined. You know what I'm saying? It's fourth is like they said, like I say, like they said with my auntie. I would say this ain't no knock on my mama or my uncle. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But my auntie really, really supported me in anything that I wanted. Like when I started eating pork, when I was 16, you know, like my mama was on some other stuff, my uncle was on some other stuff. My auntie was the only one that actually asked to understand my perspective on why I chose to do that. You know what I'm saying? See, like my auntie way of emanating stuff was different. See, my mama was just boom, boom, boom with it. You know what I'm saying? Played no games. You know what I'm saying? Auntie was hard with it, but she had a little bit more finesse to it. My uncle just liked to lecture all the time. That's what he would like to do. You know what I'm saying? Study said it was real stuff, but you know what I'm saying? A lot of times he would be a day late in the dollar show. He would tell you about stuff and you had already went through it. And he didn't realize that you done already went through it and already had that experience. Because he was in the army, so he wasn't around us. You know what I'm saying? Because my mama's side of the family is small as far as it pertains to being here in Jacksonville, Florida. It was just me, little Muffin, my cousin, my auntie, and my mama, and that's it. You know what I'm saying? That was it. Like, straight up, that was it. Ain't no cousins and uncles and grandmas and granddaddies to slide to. Grandma died in 87, granddaddy died in 91. Ain't none of that. You know what I'm saying? I don't know my daddy's side of the family. I don't know none of them. You know what I'm saying? So it's literally just, not counting myself, 4 people. It's just 5 of us. You know what I'm saying? So it's a little different. You know what I'm saying? How we roll. You know what I'm saying? So when Muffin was born, that's when I learned self-sacrifice. This is when I learned to put somebody else before myself. You know what I'm saying? I feel like my auntie always tried to tell me that. But she had an only child though. But I learned that when Muffin was born. That, it's not about you. You got to be thinking about somebody else. You know what I'm saying? If we did something out of pocket, we got straightened off the rip. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't no sliding. It ain't necessarily had to be no whoopings or none of that there. But there was going to be some straightening. Off the rip. And it was going to be blunt, direct, 100. Ain't nobody playing with you. You know what I'm saying? Got talked to like a grown man. That's why you going to see me talk to children like they grown, because we know that they understand. You know what I'm saying? This is how we was spoken to. Like, you know what I'm saying? Nobody's playing with you. You know what I'm saying? We were told to be we were taught to be self-disciplined individuals. You know what I'm saying? Everybody family may not did that there, but that's how we were taught. We were taught that nobody is supposed to be standing over you, telling you what you're supposed to do, when I've already detailed and showed you what you're supposed to do. You know what you're supposed to do. I'm going to bust your dome wide open if you don't do it, because now I feel like you're playing with me. You know what I'm saying? This is how we were raised. Like, I feel like you're playing with me because I took the time to lay all of this out to show you exactly what you were supposed to do, so you know what you're supposed to do, so don't nobody need to tell you what you're supposed to do. So, of course, when I get older, This is how I'm gonna look at stuff like, nigga, ain't nobody finna hold your hand, nigga, you grown. You know what I'm saying? Like, nigga, what's wrong with you? You're a grown man, nobody's holding your hand, nobody's gonna do this and do that for you. You know what I'm saying? We were raised to, if you wanna know about something, go find the information out. Don't wait for somebody to come tell it to you. You know what I'm saying? Or this, that, there, and the third. If you really wanted to know, you would go get that. You know what I'm saying? So we have that same attitude. And you know, that stuff will rub people the wrong way because a lot of people is not like that. We're very brutally honest people. I'll tell you dead honestly how I feel right then if that's how I feel. You know what I'm saying? I don't really care if your feelings get hurt. You know what I'm saying? Or this, that, there, and the third. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Like, what do you want me to do? You know what I'm saying? Do you want me to lie to you? Do you want me to you know what I'm saying? Like, no, I'm going to give it to you straight. You know what I'm saying? I would prefer that you give it to me straight because that's all that I know. You know what I'm saying? Coming up, I told y'all this before, coming up, my friends, if a nigga did something and you didn't like it, you told him. You know what I'm saying? You didn't wait 3 weeks to tell him. You didn't wait a month to tell him. You didn't wait a year. You told him right then so he could do something about that. Because that's how we roll. You know, we were young and we didn't have no problem looking each other in the face and say, boy, I love you, boy. You know what I'm saying? Like people like to say, boy, I love you, boy. I'm talking about, boy, I remember one time, I forgot what it was, but my homeboy heard like, hey, my nigga, well, when you did this right here, boy, you just did that right. I ain't like that. And he told me why he didn't like it. And I'm like, all right, my bad, my nigga. Because this is my nigga. You know what I'm saying? This is how we roll. So that's what I'm used to. You know what I'm saying? If you did something I ain't like, I'm going to tell you. I would hope you would do the same. You know what I'm saying? My feelings is not going to be hurt, not going to be mad. You know what I'm saying? Because I remember being in prison. My nigga Jeter. Nigga was from Arkansas originally, but he got jammed up in Pensacola. You know what I'm saying? Nigga slept right next to me. You know what I'm saying? We were bunk mates for 2-3 years. You know what I'm saying? And I think I was hustling something in the kitchen, man. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever the case may be. And this is my nigga. I could get anything from him. He could get anything from me. You know what I'm saying? And it was like this here. And I just was pitching something. You know what I'm saying? He used to cop it just on the strength. But I think what it was, I forgot what it was, but it was like, you know what I'm saying? I know that I ain't have to charge this nigga do a certain thing, right? So he like, boom, boom. And he mentioned it to me. And I'm like, dang, my nigga, you could have been told me that. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Because I could have been handled that and corrected that because you my nigga. Nigga, I ain't stunting this over here and stunting this over here. Nigga, you my nigga. You could have been told me that. He was like, shoot, nigga, I'm like, nigga, that's how we roll. That's how I was raised. Nigga, I don't care nothing about that. You my nigga. You know what I'm saying, nigga? I can go in your locker, you can go in mine, nigga. It's whatever. What I got and you got all that, nigga. You my nigga. I don't care nothing about that. You know what I'm saying? So I say, it was just different. You know what I'm saying? I think, y'all, that I don't smoke no more. A lot of time why I used to stay high all the time was because like a lot of stuff niggas was doing around the way, man, that junk used to irk my nerves. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, man, I'm just finna roll up. You know what I'm saying? I'm not on that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not on that. Leah. Simone. You inside. You ain't got to talk that loud. You know what I'm saying? Like, ain't on that. Ain't on that. Like, it's just different. The whole, like, it's like this here, right? Okay, y'all know a couple years, about a year or so, you know, was in a long-term relationship. That's the longest, like, most serious that I had ever been with a woman my entire life. You know what I'm saying? I had never been that, I'm talking about 34 years old, and I had never really been that serious with a woman in my entire life. Well, you know what I'm saying? Because all I did was hustle. And you have to sit back and look at this here. I started hustling, honestly, when I was 17, 18 years old, because that's when I started bashing KFC across the head. You know what I'm saying? Memorize everything on the menu board. You come through, you know what I'm saying? And I can just do the numbers in my head. You know what I'm saying? And depending on what you pay me, I'm going to pocket the cash because I knew how much chicken would come up missing in the back. All that. You know what I'm saying? Started selling weed like what, 19? Caught a case. Started selling crack. You know what I'm saying? After I got out from that case. You know what I'm saying? So I wasn't really focused on being with no woman. You know what I'm saying? All I was doing was just hustling. You know what I'm saying? All the time. You know what I'm saying? You ain't talking about, you might dibble and dabble with, you know what I'm saying, this, that, and the third, but like talking about really, really being with a woman, my mind was not on that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm trying to get paid. This the only thing that my mind's on. You know what I'm saying? Muffin needs this, and Muffin needs that, and Muffin needs this. Mom Dukes can't pay for this. Mom Dukes can't pay for that. You know what I'm saying? I gotta handle that. You know what I mean? So, that's just real. You know what I'm saying? That's just how it was. You know what I'm saying? So I get jammed up. I'm 24. You know what I'm saying? I'm gone for 4.5 years. You know what I'm saying? I come back, I'm 28. I'm finna get ready to turn 29. You know what I'm saying? So now, of course, at this instance, I really ain't thinking about being with no woman. You know what I'm saying? I ain't thinking about hanging with no niggas. Nigga, I ain't got no money. You know what I'm saying? And so then I go through a process of whether, and I used to tell my sister this, and she can bear witness to this. I used to tell her this all the time. To where I had to suffer and be broke and only have just enough money to survive. Because I knew that if I was to be able to hustle like I want to hustle, that I wasn't gonna be focused on the word like that. Hold on. What's going on, brother DC? You doing all right? Yes, sir. I wasn't gonna be able to focus on the word like that. I wasn't gonna be able to do it because I grind. You know what I'm saying? Like most of y'all didn't know me when I sold crack. So you just knew me from me dealing with the word, and we didn't have nothing on the economic side popping off. So you don't know, even though you should have been able to peep it on how I was dispensing the word. You know what I'm saying? You just don't know that I will go all day long. I can remember when I was a young man, I used to always listen to Me Against the World. Ninth grade, that's all I listened to, Me Against the World. Me Against the World and Scarface the Diary. If you don't know Me Against the World, that's Pop. You listen to that all day, every day. You know what I'm saying? My big homie gave me Method Man to Kyle because he got tired of me listening to it all the time. But Pop got a song called Heavy in the Game on that album. End of that verse, first verse, he was like, he said, you know what I'm saying? He said, when I'm broke, I ain't got no time for the fellas. Listen, ain't nothing popping about no broke, nigga. Ain't no joke. Bum what they say and get your dope, nigga. So when you sit back looking at it right now, nigga, I ain't got what I want to have. You know what I'm saying? And y'all done opened up that I not only got one hustle. I got 2 hustles, 3 hustles, 4 hustles. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to eat off all 4 of them. You know what I'm saying? Like all week, I've been popping off on 3 different hustles the whole week in the same day. You know what I'm saying? Nigga, I barely sleep. You know what I'm saying? I barely have time for myself. This is the only day, the only night where I get a full 8 hours sleep. You know what I'm saying? I got books that are uncopped that I ain't even had time to sit down and read. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? It don't be no disrespect, like I don't want to talk to nobody or I don't want to see nobody. But nigga, I'm trying to eat. You know what I'm saying? I got niggas hustling with me. You know what I'm saying? I owe responsibility to them. You know what I'm saying? We trying to get paid. Because then once I get paid, that can allow me to do the things that I actually want to do. And it ain't got nothing to do with stunting. It ain't got nothing to do with getting fly. It ain't got nothing to do with none of that. There are actual tangible things that I want to do. And in order for me to do that, I have to grind like this. And I will grind. Like niggas who know me when I was selling crack, they know this. Yo, I got you, bro. What's good? Yeah, you in there. You know what I'm saying? Like, niggas who was around me when I was selling crack, they know this. I hustled every day. The only person I ever took time off for was Lil Muffin. And I took time off one time. You know what I'm saying? I used to mess with this chick and we would go somewhere. But when my homegirl came back home from the Air Force, okay, boom. Okay, everything stopped because she was around me and dealt with me before I had anything. This nigga fed me when I ain't had nothing to eat off the same plate, did a lot of stuff for me. So I sit back and look at, I don't care, because I don't care about no money. She's more important than the money. You know what I'm saying? See, a lot of people, you sit back and look at it, see, for me, if I stop hustling or say, I could have been getting some money and I choose not to do that, to be or go somewhere with somebody else, that means that's because they mean something to me. You know what I'm saying? See, people who mean something to me, they're going to come before the money. They're going to come before the hustle. You know what I'm saying? Because they're more important to me than the money and the hustle. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm talking about? But boy, I'm trying to get it. You know what I'm saying? I can't plead for none of y'all. Like I said, right? When it came to this word, every day, I was trying to get it. I was trying to get it. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know why I had to get it like that at the time. I didn't understand it. You know what I'm saying? But I just knew that I had to immerse myself in this daily, every day. 6 hours in the daytime, 6 hours at nighttime. It didn't make no difference. Coming back, looking at it later, I can understand it and I can see it. You know what I'm saying? I get it. Because I had something to go do. You know what I'm saying? The illest thing to me, right, is two people, and I ain't gonna call their name, but they know who they is. They felt like I was born to do what I'm doing. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? We're just trying to do what it is, do what we do. But for me, because those two people are important to me, you know what I'm saying? To hear them say that, like, dang. You know what I'm saying? Because this ain't something to, oh, I'm just saying that just to make this nigga feel good about himself. Hey, baby, I hear you. You know what I'm saying? And when you know that you got people that's down for you, that ride with you, you're going to do certain things because you riding with them, you rocking with them. And this thing keep cutting off, man. You know what I'm saying? I know what's up with this thing. You know what I'm saying? And that's just because I'm just explaining y'all my background, how I come from, how my people is. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't know how niggas people is. I don't know how niggas is raised if they don't express to me how they was raised. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, man, my little cousin, I don't know what he got going on. I had to get on like this here because he ain't got no Bonton blood in him doing stuff like that. Obviously, his other side of his family, his blood dominated. You know what I'm saying? Because we're not on that. We're not quitters. You know what I'm saying? We survive, even as we in situations where it's like, you know, it's like, boom, this junk too heavy, whatever the case may be, we're going to keep going. And we sincere people, like you say, when we're going to look at the word sincere, like, we come pureness from the heart. Even when we was in the world, it's pureness from the heart. You know what I'm saying? Like, what you see is what you get. That's how a nigga was already living. We was already living like that. We was already living like that. You know what I'm saying? But nevertheless, I hope everybody doing all right. I didn't like to say because you know, my little cousin, man, I don't know what little cousin got going on. You know what I'm saying? I got to sit him down. I definitely got to sit him down and talk to him. I know I just got to take a different approach than we would usually take. Because like I say, he don't have our personality. You know what I'm saying? To be able to take it that hard like that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm a hard nigga. You got something to say to me, just go ahead and say it. You know what I'm saying? My feelings ain't going to be hurt. I ain't going to cry. You know what I'm saying? Cry for what? Be upset for what? You know what I'm saying? This generation of people in this generation, man, 2017, niggas way too sensitive. You know what I'm saying? I'm an 80s baby, so I ain't used to that. You know, it's hard for me to navigate because there's a lot of stuff I'm not used to. You know what I'm saying? I'm not used to it. You know what I'm saying? I'm from a different era, different mind frame. I was tripping, man, before I start right. I had picked this dude up a couple months back. I think he was from New York, man. He worked at Carrabba's. And he was just talking about how the dudes that worked under him just cried and moaned and complained all the time. And he was like, man, these niggas so soft. And they like, why do you talk to me like that? And you know what I'm saying? And he was about my age, man. Maybe about a year or so younger, man. You know what I'm saying? But because it's so different, you know what I'm saying? Niggas get offended by everything. You know what I'm saying? Everything. Hurts niggas' feelings. You know what I'm saying? I had never heard the terminology in my feelings until like 3-4 years ago. I thought that was so gay to hear a man say that he was in his feelings. You know what I'm saying? And people thought something was wrong with me when I would say that. 'Cause I just thought that was gay. I just felt like that wasn't something that a man would say. I'm in my feelings right now. But then I had to sit back and look at it. That was just the terminology of the times. And that it's not my time, it's not my era, that's not how my era, you know what I'm saying? It's different. You know what I'm saying? It's different. Because I sit back and look at it, how y'all got it set up, most of the people that are around, I'm older than them. By about a decade. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? Our perspectives on certain things is going to be a little different. Because their generation and their era is different than mine. I come from an era where you could whoop your churn in the middle of the store and it'd be no problem. No one would look or say anything. You can't do that no more. You're going to jail. You know what I'm saying? Well, you know what I'm saying? We're men. You know what I'm saying? Operated different, moved different. You know what I'm saying? I ain't had no man in the house at all, ever, period, at any time in my upbringing. I can never tell you that I woke up every day and seen a man. My mother was not married. My daddy was not around. She didn't mess with no dudes. I never saw that a day in my life. You know what I'm saying? The only aspect I got to see of a men was niggas around my way. And a lot of what I seen, I was like, I'm saying, you know that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to do what bro doing. You know what I'm saying? That nigga's dumb. You know what I'm saying? I had enough sense to look at a nigga like, yeah, that nigga that's dumb. You know what I'm saying? That stuff means a lot. You know what you see, what you don't see, what you taught, what you not taught. You know what I'm saying? Because my mama ain't teach me no book at all. You know what I'm saying? I don't know nothing about no Sunday stuff, man. You know what I mean? All that other, man, I ain't know none of that. You know what I'm saying? My auntie the one taught me how to stack bread. You know what I'm saying? That's who taught me how to do that. Most people ain't taught that. You know what I'm saying? My auntie taught us a lot of stuff about money. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people, they not taught that. So, of course, they're going to make grievous mistakes with it because they weren't taught that. You know what I'm saying? My auntie the one told me I could do whatever I wanted to do. Because I was a hustler naturally. I never wanted to work for nobody. I always wanted to own my own stuff. You know what I'm saying? My auntie was like, just do what you want to do. My mama was like, you just got to have some gumption. You just going to have to get up there and get it. You're going to have to handle that. That was her contribution. Ain't nobody going to do it for you. What you going to do? You know what I'm saying? That's how my mama came. What you going to do, nigga? You know what I'm saying? You come in the house, you be like, this here, man, so how this stuff been going? Man, shoot, man, ain't nobody gave me no job. Go harder then. That was her response. No, it's going to be all right, baby. Shoot, grind harder then, nigga. Obviously, you ain't going hard enough. Crank it up a notch. What else you going to do after you hear that? You be like, well, shoot, man, what else more I'm going to do? She's like, shoot, nigga, go harder, nigga. I want to hear all that, nigga. You want shoes, ain't? Yeah. You want some clothes, ain't? Yeah. You want some money in your pocket? Yeah. Well, you need to go harder then. What you gonna do with that? Most of y'all wouldn't even, you know what I'm saying, you don't come from the generation your people talk to you like that. That's how my mama talk to me. I'm 16 years old, nigga. 14, 15. I'm telling my mama talk off the rip. Oh, yeah, you gonna get your job at Winn-Dixie, nigga. They hire you at 14, nigga. You know what I'm saying? You need to go see about that. Like, you need to go see about that. Like, right now. You need to go see about that. You need to go get you some money, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Go get paid. And it was more so because she ain't have it. You know what I'm saying? She couldn't give a nigga nothing no way if she wanted to. You know what I'm saying? My dude told me straight up and down, nigga, 17, boy, you don't go get out here and get you no bread, nigga. You don't have no school clothes, nigga. She wasn't really trying to be hard with it. Truth be told, she ain't have it. You know what I'm saying? I knew she didn't have it. But that was her way to say, like, I ain't got it. But you gonna do something. You gotta get this money. You gonna do something. You know what I'm saying? So you have a lot of motivators in life, man, make you do something, boy. You been hungry before? That's a strong motivator. You been homeless before? That's a strong motivator. It's a strong motivator. You know what I'm saying? Do what it is that you gotta do. See, I don't need to be motivated to do nothing. You know what I'm saying? I don't need no pep talks or nothing. Give a pep talk to my own self. You know what I'm saying? I ain't saying that as for nobody else because I know people need that. Ain't nothing wrong with that. I'm speaking for me. I don't need now. I give a pep talk to my own self, nigga. You need to tighten up. You know what you need to do, nigga. Handle that. I don't need nobody to come tell me what I need to do. I already know what I need to do, nigga. Handle that. You know what I'm saying? That's what, no matter what it is, you need to go handle that. Because it's habit. When you do something and it becomes habit, then you don't need to be motivated. The attaining of your goal is your motivation. You know what I'm saying? It's plenty of days where I done got up, I don't feel like doing nothing. You know what I'm saying? I'm dead tired. I ain't slept about 3 hours. You know what I'm saying? I could barely keep my eyes open. And then I sit back and remember, man, you got to go handle that. You got people you owe responsibility to. You know what I'm saying? Man, you better go handle that, nigga. You know what I'm saying? You supposed to sit back and look at the word and the same difference. The master said he was an austere man, rigorously self-disciplined and uncompromising. Man, you better go handle that. You need somebody to tell you what to do. That's why the book say once you receive the Ruach, you have no need for any man to teach you. Because you done heard the word and believed it and walked in it and received the gift. You know what to do. You don't need nobody to tell you what to do. Man, let's get this thing popping. Man, let us pray, man. I done talked to y'all too long, man. Y'all ready? Everybody all right? Everybody cool? This stream is bugging. I don't know what to tell you. I ain't got nothing to do with it. I can't do nothing about it. If I could, I would. But I can't. Because this is outside the realm of my expertise. Y'all bear with me because I am exhausted. But what else is new? Let us pray. Righteous Father Yahuwah, we thank you for the mercies and salvation which you have shown unto this people. So the whole house of Yasharal, to the Yahudim first and also to the heathen, all those that walk before thee in Ruach and in truth, let them be strengthened according to the Kadeshness of thy word, and direct and guide their pathways, that their souls might be preserved. Remember all the synagogues and assemblies of Yahuwah in the four corners of the earth, and let them gather together perfect in one, that they might serve thee in the beauty of Kadesh. Strengthen thy people, and let a word emanate from you unto your servants, that it might come unto thy people, that esteem might be brought to thy name, that thy people might be strengthened, they might learn the way that they ought to walk, that they might receive understanding, that their souls might be preserved on that great day. Remember the hosts and the Shamahim and the Kaddish apostles and prophets that paid the way of the faith, and send laborers into thy harvest, for the harvest is plentiful, but the laborers are few. That the word which you covenanted with our fathers Abraham, and with Isaac, and with Jacob might be fulfilled, that their seed might dwell in the land which you promised unto them, that we might receive all the things that you promised unto them, that we might earnestly seek after them as they did, that we might hope after them as they did, even if we don't receive the promise in this flesh, that we receive it on the last day, that we show forth ourselves always to be the children of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, by manifesting the works of faith and righteous Kadesh action that they did, that you might be our Elohim and we might be thy people. Remember Jerusalem, the city of salvation, which you have chosen to place thy name. Cleanse her of the unkadesh who defile her, and plant us back into that place, that we might rejoice in her, that we might sing in her, that we might dwell in her, that all things might be fulfilled which you promised unto our fathers. Remember the assembly firstborn individually and collectively, and let the love of Hamashiach dwell in our hearts by faith. Guide us and strengthen us according to thy truth and according to thy righteousness. Let us seek thee and seek thee alone. Let us set our hearts and minds on the things that be in Shamahim and not the things on the rest. Let us have a heart and mind like our Master and our Savior, Yahushua HaMashiach. Let us be self-disciplined. Let us be uncompromising. Let us be merciful. Let us be service. Let us be faithful. Let us be strong. Let us be all things that are pleasing unto thee, that we do not go about to set our own righteousness, but we submit ourselves to the righteousness of Elohim, which is in the faith of Yahushua HaMashiach. Father, as we proceed further, we ask thee for a word from on high, a word of truth and righteousness to come to us, that we may know him that is true, that we are in him that is true. Even our son, Yahushua HaMashiach, this is the true Elohim and eternal life. Father, we give praise, esteem, and honor to the Most High Yahuwah Bahashem Yahushua this day. So be it. Man, John 5:39. You know what I mean? You know, it is what it is, you know what I mean? No, I appreciate my people, man. I ain't tell you no lie. Next month coming, it'll be 17 years, man. February 25th. 17 years. That's when I lost my nigga. I ain't tell you no lie. I ain't been the same. You know what I'm saying? Since my nigga left here, I ain't been the same. You know what I'm saying? I know that. You know what I'm saying? I ain't been the same. Because that was my nigga. You know what I'm saying? That was my nigga, you know what I'm saying? And I sit back and look at it, man, like, I appreciate the stuff, how they raised up, you know what I'm saying? And how they went about teaching. I say, you know, Some people, I might rub them the wrong way. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? That's another way how they raised us. You know what I'm saying? To not care what people thought about you. To not be concerned what people thought about you. To not be concerned what people say about you. Because people going to do what they do. They're going to say what they say. You know, it doesn't really matter. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to lose no sleep over it. You know what I'm talking about? The only time that it's going to bother me is if it's somebody whose opinion that I hold in high regard. You know what I'm saying? If I hold you in high regard, then it's going to bother me. If I don't hold you in high regard, if I don't value your opinion, if I don't value your viewpoint, I don't care. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. If I don't respect you, I don't care. You know what I'm saying? Period. I don't. You know what I'm saying? Say what you want to say. Do what you want to do. The difference doesn't make to me. You know what I'm saying? And when you sit back and the reason why I say it, because you're going to sit back and you're going to walk in this word, right? You know, the book tells us that the godly shall suffer persecution. You know what I'm saying? He said, if they hated me, they will hate you also. So if you sit back and you can't be concerned what people think about you or what they say about you. Because 99.9% of the stuff they had to say about the master, they never said it to him. They said it to each other. They never said it to him, though. You know what I'm saying? But one thing you got to love about Yahushua, he sure told them niggas about they behind when he got a chance, though. You got to love that. Sometimes he let them live, and sometimes he splashed them. You know what I'm saying? That's why we got to love that dude. I'm talking about even if you just take the righteousness out and the love that he showed for just the type of dude that he is. You got to love that. If you say you a real dude, you's a real cat, you got to love this man. You know what I'm saying? Because he was thorough. He didn't play with these dudes, man. He didn't do nothing. He didn't play with these dudes. You know what I'm saying? But at the same token, he knew when to be hard and he knew when to be compassionate. That's why some of the people had him confused. That's why a lot of our Israelite brothers, they got the man confused. Because they be like, oh, the white people try to make him seem like he saw. He was a gentle and compassionate man, just like he was a hard man. You know what I'm saying? And they have people confused because people are not really used to seeing. When you see somebody so hard, you don't think that they actually can be that gentle or be that caring or be that loving or be that soft. You don't really think that they could be like that. You know what I'm saying? Because you're seeing them being so hard. But that's how he was. Or how so I should say, that's how he is. My correction. John 5:39. Search the scriptures, for in them you think you have eternal life, and they are they which testify of me. And he's saying, you will not come to me that you might have life. I receive not honor from men, but I know you. You do not have the love of Elohim in you. Now, come over here to Proverbs chapter 24. About verse 14. I'll get to Isaiah 44 in a minute, but I've been holding it Proverbs 24 and 14 for about a week or so. You know what I mean? It's like, 24 and 14. And it says, well, back, you know what? Go to verse 9. Matter of fact, make it verse 7. It says, wisdom is too high for a fool. He opened not his mouth in the gate. He that devised to do evil shall be called a mischievous person. The thought of foolishness is sin, and the scorner is an abomination of men. Now, I didn't intend to go this high, but you know, I had to go up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Now we just gonna look at a few things right here, right. Number one, it says that kokma is too high for a fool. I just want the Hebrew word for fool. You know what I'm saying? And the word is evel. And it's one who is quarrelsome, silly, or licentious, or one who mocks when guilty. One who despises wisdom. Then he says, he that deviseth evil shall be called a mischievous person. When we look at devising, see, because I'm going to talk to y'all about lust tomorrow. Y'all with it. I'm alive. On tomorrow, I'm alive. And that word is kasav. And it's to think or to plan or to calculate or invent or to make a judgment or to think upon and consider. But then we'll also look at a mischievous person, that word mischievous. And it's discretion or device or plot. And it's mes emma. Witty inventions or lewdness. But it's funny because the word person here in this particular verse is Baal. A owner or a husband or a lord. So then that makes it even wilder when we look at verse 8. Now when we sit back and think about it. It says, wisdom is too high for a fool. He don't open his mouth in the gate. He keeps his mouth quiet. Because say the skill for war is too much for a fool. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm going to sit back and think about what I want in Colossians, man. Is it Colossians or is it Ephesians chapter 3? Let's come over here to Ephesians chapter 3 real fast. This is something like it through my mind. It made me think about a conversation I had with a gentleman when I was in Georgia. And I forgot what we were talking about, but he said something. He was like, man, you kicking some old higher knowledge and all that type of stuff. And I'm like, he couldn't receive the information that was being imparted at the time. He couldn't take it. He couldn't accept it. So he was looking at, I do remember that dude, Gorilla Hebrew, was like, no, not Gorilla Hebrew. It was a dude from GOCC, Elder Gabar, that was his name. He was like, you're kicking some higher knowledge of Jesus Christ and all this type of stuff. And I'm sitting there listening to him. And the reason why I'm saying that, because we look at it, he say, wisdom is too high for a fool. So let me look at the word. Say, it's too high for a fool. Say a fool cannot get this skill. Excuse me. And it's to rise up, to be lofty, or to be exalted, to be set on high. Matter of fact, go to Nehemiah. Let's sit back and look at you so we can look at Nehemiah chapter 5. How wisdom is too high for a fool. Yeah, that'll work better. Nehemiah chapter 5. Nehemiah chapter 6, actually. Make sure that's what we want. Nehemiah 6 and 1. Say, wisdom is too high for a fool. Now, you just sit back and realize, right, is that Nehemiah is rebuilding the wall in Jerusalem. This is what he's doing. He's rebuilding the wall. He's getting that wall back right. Now it came to pass when Sanballat and Tobiah and Geshem the Arabian and the rest of our enemies heard that I builded the wall, that there was no breach left therein, though at that time I had not set up the doors upon the gates. Now remember, wisdom is too high for a fool. He don't open his mouth in the gate now. He said, then Sanballat and Geshem sent unto me, saying, come, let us meet together in some one of the villages in the plain of Ono. But they thought to do me mischief. See, it's, remember what it says, right? A mischievous person. I'm sorry, I missed my verse. Say, he that devised to do evil shall be called a mischievous person. Well, it said Baal or owner or husband. So when we sit back and look at it, we're going to get to it, you know what I'm saying? You Satan's seed, nigga. Niggas sit around and come up with old wicked plans in their mind, wicked devices. You showing yourself to be Satan's child. Because we sitting back looking at it, he said this plan, and they said they set to do them mischief. And you know what they were doing to set to do them mischief? So they were talking a lot of stuff about this man. You know what I'm saying? And plotting and planning because they had an issue with him building this wall. They were very mad with him building this wall. Just follow me now. He's saying, I sent messengers unto them, saying, I am doing a great work that I cannot come down. Why should the work cease whilst I leave it and come down to you? Because remember, wisdom is too high for a fool. So he don't open his mouth in the gate. So because this man is up here building his wall, see, he was up high. And see, it was too high for them because them niggas stupid. So they didn't have enough sense to put down the thing that was weighing them in the stupidity that they was on and elevate themselves to actually come meet this man because the wisdom that he was doing, it was too high for them. So the whole time they were doing is they was putting together some mischievous stuff. And I'll read the mischievous stuff that they were doing. You know, we didn't went over this before. We're not finna go into great detail, though. We're just going to stick with the matter of what we're dealing with. Yet they sent unto me 4 times after this sort, and I answered them after the same manner. These stupid niggas came out of this man 4 more times after this here. 4 times they came with this here. And he told them same time, I'm doing a great work. I ain't got no time to be fooled up with you. And the reason why I'm saying this here is like this here, right? You will run across sinners. You will run across even bros who call themselves brothers and those who call themselves sisters. That they see you performing a great work. And they will want you to come down unto them because the wisdom that you have is too high for them. And they'll show themselves as a fool. So you know what they won't do? They won't say nothing. Because that's what these niggas, they not going to open their mouth in the gate. When you look at opening your mouth in the gate, they're not going to say nothing. They're going to keep their mouth closed. They don't talk no trash. Let's make sure we get the Hebrew word for it, though. When we look at open, it's patakin. It's just to open, to be open, or to let loose, or to free, or to loose oneself. Also means to engrave or be engraved, depending on the usage. Let's look at the next verse. Then sent Sanballat his servant unto me in like manner the fifth time with the open letter in his hand. So they came at this man 5 times. So since he won't listen, they want to get this nigga a letter. Wherein was written, it is reported among the heathen, and Gashmu saith it, that thou and the Yahudim think to rebel, for which cause thou build the wall, that thou may be their king according to thy word. Now you know what's funny? You know what's really funny when you sit back and look at this here? Sanballat get a letter from, he didn't go ask Nehemiah what Nehemiah was building the wall for. He didn't ask Nehemiah what was going on. He say another nigga told him. And he entertained it. So he showed he was a fool. So I'm saying this here just because I just speak my. I'm going to tell y'all something real, man. Y'all keep this in your mind and live by this here. Man, don't never go by what another nigga tell you about what somebody else is doing. You know what I'm saying? Don't even entertain that. You know what I'm saying? If you want to know what somebody else is doing, go ask them. A lot of drama and a lot of stuff gets started when you listen to somebody else telling you about somebody else and they don't have direct knowledge of what is actually going on. Because Gospel trying to get these men killed. They're trying to get Nehemiah killed with this. He didn't mess around and could have turned Sanballat to be this man's enemy for no reason. So you can see Gashmu, so he's an evil man because he's devising, he's a mischievous person because he's devising to do evil. See, hold what you got in Nehemiah chapter 6 and come over here to Leviticus 19. We'll show you what Gashmu is. And you want to kind of try to stay away from this type of stuff. Because we're just talking about keeping your soul straight. 19 and 16. Matter of fact, 19 and 15. You want to try to make sure you keep your soul straight. Because you got to be careful with that. It's a lot of things that get done. And see, we can see another example of this here. That's a little different because that's bearing false witness. You know what I'm saying? Versus being a talebearer. Now, when we turn around and we look at talebearer, I'll get you the word for it, though. Let me get you the word for it in just a minute. We finna read the verse, but I'm getting it a little ahead of time. It's rakal, and it means to be a slanderer or a talebearer or an informer, carrying tales. You know what I'm saying? Now let's sit back and let's look at it. Because that's what Gashmu was doing. He's carrying tales. This nigga don't know what he's talking about, and he's slandering this man in the process because he's lying on him. You know what I'm saying? Leviticus 19 and 15. You shall do no unrighteousness in judgment. Thou shalt not respect the person of the poor, nor honor the person of the mighty, but in righteousness shalt thou judge thy neighbor. Thou shalt not go up and down as a talebearer among thy people, neither shalt thou stand against the blood of thy neighbor. I am Yahuwah. So he's giving you an instruction not to carry tales and not to slander and not to do any of this. Now we're going to sit back and we're going to look at some of this here. I didn't even intend to do this here. I just really wanted verse 14 and then swing back to Isaiah 44, but that wisdom being too high for a fool just popped in my head, and now we got to deal with it. I want y'all to come over here to Proverbs chapter 20. We good in Leviticus 19, and you still hold Nehemiah chapter 6 and Proverbs 24. Come over here to Proverbs chapter 20. Proverbs 20 and 19, right? Listen what this man about to say. He said, he that goeth about as a talebearer reveals secrets. Therefore meddle not with him that flatter with his lips. Now hearing this should tell you about the number one talebearer. Because the reason why we say number one talebearer, because you don't want to be this talebearer, because you're going to be showing yourself to be like somebody you don't want to be like. And we'll read what his like is here, because I'm going to deal with all of that. And the niggas can take it how they want to take it. They can feel how they want to feel. You know, it is what it is. It's the word of Yahuwah talking. It's not my personal opinions or feelings or none of that. But we have to sit back and get some understanding, because he said, he that devises evil shall be called a mischievous person. You shall be called Baal. You're a Baal. You mess around, you're going to be called a son of Belial. You worthless. For all intents and purposes. You're going to be called a mischievous person. Of all the words that could have been used there, Baal is used. Baal is used. And then you have to sit back and think about that. Why is that word being, what is Yahuwah actually trying to impart? Because we know Baal also could mean master and Lord and all of this here. But we also know that Baal is the Canaanite fertility god. We also know this. And we know that any idol god ain't nobody but Satan. We do know this. Follow me though. Come over here to Jeremiah. Jeremiah 9 and 4. Make it 9 and 1. And then we'll go to Ezekiel 22. Just keep that in mind, right? This man says that he that go about as a talebearer reveals secrets. He reveals secrets. Hold on, son. I want to get the words for secrets before we go to Jeremiah 9 and 1. He said he reveals secrets. When we look at the word secrets, it's sold, and it is council or assembly, or secret council, or familiar converse, or an assembly, or a company, or a circle of friends. So this man sit back and tell you that he's either going to reveal counsel, or he's going to reveal his friends. This is what he's going to do. He's going to rat out his friends. Now, you should have already been able to tell that they were talking about Judas just by looking at it. But then it turns around and says he's going to rat out his friends. Jeremiah 9 and 1. See, this is also an instance of something that we're going to look at dealing with something what Paul said. Pray the Lamb. You know what I'm saying? Somebody out there shooting tonight. And they letting them loose, too. Nigga still shoot. Jeremiah, I'm telling this nigga still shoot. I hope they just shooting in the air or somebody dead. Jeremiah 9 and 1 though. And I ain't being funny though, I'm dead serious. You heard them shot Lamont. That was about a good 10 on 1. Well, I just hope somebody was shooting in the air, boy. Because they been wilding out here in these streets. He said, oh, that my head were waters and my eyes a fountain of tears, that I may weep day and night for the slain of the daughter of my people. Oh, that I had a wilderness, a lodging place of wayfaring men, that I may leave my people and go forth from them. For they be adulterers and an assembly of treacherous men. Jeremiah is sitting back saying that he is weeping because he wished that he could go away from his people because they were adulterers and treacherous men. When we look at the word for treacherous in this situation, it's begad, and it literally means to act treacherously or deceitfully, faithlessly, and offend, unfaithful. Think about that. Now we sit back and look at it when we're dealing with the talebearer thing and all this stuff. Is it's talking about the spirit and attitude that Judas had. And how Judas feigned himself to be a brother, but he was not a brother. And all he did was sit back and think about evil. And he said, you'll be called a mischievous person. You'll basically be called the son of the devil. So this is also gives us an inkling into how we have to take control of your thoughts. Because you know anybody that sit around devising evil intentions is an abomination unto Yahuwah. Who has wicked imaginations, wicked thoughts, devising evil things. Look at verse 3 though. And they bend their tongues like the bow for their lies. They are not valiant for the truth upon the earth, for they proceed from evil to evil, and they know not me, saith Yahuwah. Take ye heed every one his neighbor, and trust ye not in a brother. For every brother will utterly supplant, and every neighbor will walk with slanderers. And they will deceive every one his neighbor, and will not speak the truth. They have taught their tongue to speak lies, and weary themselves to commit iniquity. Now that same word that we seen, I think in Leviticus, with talebearer is the same word that is used for slanderer here in Jeremiah chapter 9. Somebody who deals deceitfully. Someone who slanders and carries tales. And remember, he say, he that reveals secrets, he reveals his friends. And this is going to make a lot of sense when we look at something of what the master said. Let's look at Ezekiel 22. 22 and 3. We still holding Proverbs 24. Now you can see even more so why he say not to go up and down as a talebearer. Because talebearer reveals secrets. You'll reveal your friends. You'll tell on your friends you's a rat. You know what I'm saying? You'll lie on your friends and you'll rat on your friends. Praise Yah that he hates snitches too. Ezekiel 22 and 3. Then say thou, we'll make it verse 1. Moreover, the word of Yahuwah came unto me, saying, Now thou son of man, wilt thou judge the bloody city? We still hold Nehemiah chapter 6 too. Yea, thou shalt show her all her abominations. Then say thou, thus saith Yahuwah Elohim, the city shed blood in the midst of it, that her time may come and make idols against herself to defile herself. I want y'all to keep this in mind. We looking at all this because of Gashmu lying on Nehemiah. And we haven't got to the lie that he told on Nehemiah, because that lie that he told on Nehemiah is going to translate to the lie that they told on Mashiach. Okay, them 5 words. Nah, the first one didn't sound like he was shooting a 9, but now it sounds like 5 words. What holiday? Yeah, you're right. Shoot, niggas, I guess niggas got excess 5 words. I'm just hoping the man gunshot, because these niggas still shoot. They gunshot, these niggas still shoot. They need to go sit down somewhere. You know what I'm saying? But check it. Gashmu's lying on this man. And he carried this tale and this slander and this revelation of what was going on to Sanballat, because he already knew that Sanballat wanted to do something to Nehemiah. And 9 times out of 10, Gashmu had a problem with Nehemiah and just didn't go to Nehemiah. Or maybe he just was a hater. Who knows? You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of niggas haters. You know what I'm saying? He said, Thou art become guilty in thy blood thou hast shed, and defiled thyself in thine idols, which thou hast made. And thou hast caused thy days to draw near, and art come even unto thy years. Therefore have I made thee a reproach unto the heathen, and a mocking to all countries. Those that be near, those that be far from thee shall mock thee, which are infamous and much vexed. And we'll show how this is Mashiach as well. Behold, the princes of Yasharal, every one were in thee, to their power to shed blood. Keep that in mind. This is really going over something with before. In thee have I set light by father and mother. In the midst of thee have they dealt by oppression with the stranger. And in thee they have vexed the fatherless and the widow. I remember we started on that and we never completed that. Maybe we'll tell about it today. Thou hast despised my Kadesh things, and hast profaned my Shabbats. In thee are men that carry tales to shed blood, and in thee they eat upon the mountains, in the midst of thee they commit looting. So this kind of do come on into that, because this was the story that I was thinking about when I was thinking that there, but it does fit. It's with Ahab. Ahab and Jezebel. Jezebel got some men to go tell false tales on a man, so they could take his vineyard. They went and lied on the man and said he blasphemed the king and Elohim, so they could kill him and take what was his. Came with tales to shed blood. You know what I'm saying? Now, there's a lot of things that were just mentioned in Ezekiel 22. And with Most High willing, we finna deal with every single solitary last one of them. And then we also realize when we look at Proverbs chapter 20, when he say he reveals secrets, he reveals this assembly, or he reveals his friends. And we'll sit back and look at how Judas revealed the assembly and revealed his friends, carrying tales, being an informer, being a snitch. You know what I'm saying? And it's funny because, you know, people in the streets say snitches get stitches, and Yahshua made sure that Judas got him some. He made sure that he got him some. And I'm reading all this here, and y'all can take it how you want to take it. But when we read about what David prophesied as pertaining to Judas, this is how Yah feels that every snitch should get when they tell on righteous men and tell tales that their blood may be shed. That you can see how this man really feels about that. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm going to tell y'all something, right? Like I said, I mentioned to you earlier before we started. Second Timothy chapter 3, verse 12. All those that live godly in Yahushua HaMashiach shall suffer persecution. Every last one. They're going to suffer. You know what I'm saying? People are not going to like you. He said, if they hated you, they hated me first. And if they receive your testimony, they will receive mine as well. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, we was on a call last night. And I had mentioned something, you know, it through the brothers. They had never heard that before. You know what I mean? So they were just going crazy. But I'm going to tell y'all something real, though. Just from personal experience. When you look at most of our people in the face and you tell them that the whole book is about Yahushua HaMashiach, and that you're firm with that, and that you stand on that, and that you stand for doing what's right and living right, and being 100, you know what I'm saying? Being solid. Niggas is not going to like you. Niggas is not going to like you, period. You know what I'm saying? I'm down with you. Pac had a statement that say most of the realest people don't have a lot of friends. You know what I'm saying? When you are 100, most people are not going to like you because most people in the world are not 100. When I say that, meaning being authentic of who you are and what you stand for and what you're about. Most people in this world are not like that. And it's frowned upon. It's frowned upon. People don't like people to be authentic and be who they are. And unapologetically be who they are. You know what I'm saying? Most people don't like that because they're not a reflection of that. This is why that's why you see most of the prophets, they got killed. This is why they say, don't speak unto us, tell us smooth things, don't tell us right things. See, our people like to be patted on the butt, hold my hand, and you know what I'm saying? They didn't like it 100. That's why they killed these men. That's why they even came up with stories and lies to tell to kill these men. Still holding Proverbs chapter 24 and Nehemiah chapter 6. But let's go ahead and delve off into this. We in verse 3 of Ezekiel 22. It says, Yahuwah said that the city shed blood in the midst, and her time may come because she make idols to defile herself. Then it said, you've become guilty that thou hast shed and defiled thyself in your idols, which you made. And you cause your days to draw near, and to come even to the years, and I will make you a reproach unto the heathen, and a mocking unto all countries. So everybody's going to reproach you, and everybody's going to mock you. Now we know when we look at Mashiach that these people reproached him, and they mocked him. Because of the blood in Jerusalem. Let's look at Luke chapter 19. Remember what the master said, right? He said, all the blood of the prophet shall come upon this generation. And all that blood came on him. And this man ended up becoming a reproach and a mocking. And what you think is going to happen with you when it comes to this? See, it's another thing. I was going to try to work this in with what we're dealing with, but I'm going to hold it. Because it came to my head earlier in the week. And that's when he was talking about that he didn't come to bring shalom, but he came to bring a sword. And I'm going to show you, yo, Most High willing, what that really means. You know what I'm saying? You know what the idea of what it means is just dealing with a separation. It's just dealing with a separation. And a slaying of the heart at a certain extent, too. Let me see, man. Luke 19 and 37. No, that ain't what I want. Might be 18. It's definitely not 18. Give me a second, man. I'm trying to make sure I don't fall out sleeping from y'all. Yeah, it is Luke 19, but I was a little too high. Luke 19 and 41. Luke 19 and 41, y'all. Follow me. And when he was come near, he beheld the city and he wept over it. Because remember what we read in Jeremiah, he said he had found in tears because he wanted to leave from his people because they were adulterers and slanderers. Evil people. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to just be honest with you, right? Because I'm one of them. Because I can do it. I'm going to see the Yasharal. You know what I'm saying? This is one wicked group of people. I'm talking about the most dastardly, devious, mischievous, rotten, disgusting, vile people that has ever been created. You know what I'm saying? I have no problem or hesitation of opening my mouth and saying that because our Elohim said it. This is a stubborn, stiff-necked, disrespectful, disobedient, faithless, disgusting people. You know what I'm saying? We have numerous excuses for all manner of wickedness that we commit. You know what I'm saying? All the while professing that we are the servants of the living Elohim, strawways keeping this man's name in our mouth, and our hearts are disgusting and foul. You know what I'm saying? Because all we want to do is wear this as a badge and honor, like it mean like you somebody, and we wicked. You know what I'm saying? We don't take the time to cleanse our hearts. We don't take the time to cleanse our ruachs. You know what I'm saying? Paul told you in 2 Corinthians chapter 7, verse 1, dearly beloved, with all these promises, let us cleanse ourselves from all filthiness of the flesh and ruach, and perfecting the fear of Elohim and Kadeshness. And perfecting Kadeshness in the fear of Elohim. And we seem not to understand that concept and want to do it, because all niggas want to do is debate and argue about the same topic and pisper like hoes and act like little kids and cry and moan and be wicked behind closed doors and righteous in the open. You know what I'm saying? And we ain't sick of that stuff yet. You know what I'm saying? See, our problem is we ain't got sick and tired of being wicked yet. You know what I'm saying? We ain't got sick and tired of being foul yet. That's why we stay that way. This is why we killed the men who came and told us how wicked and foul we were. But I'm going to tell y'all something real though. You can't do nothing about that. All you can do is control what you do. And I would advise you, if you had sense, if you were righteous in your heart, and your true desire at the end of the day was to save your soul, well, get it on point and get it correct. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to tell you something, man. I'm not finna even cut no. This people is wicked. You know what I'm saying? Period. This people is wicked. These niggas be fronting. These niggas don't want to be saved. These niggas just fronting and playing. You know what I'm saying? If your desire is to be saved, don't get caught up with these niggas. That's all I'm going to tell you. You know what I'm saying? I can't tell you nothing other than this here. Niggas be playing. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to speak for me. I'm almost 8 years in. I ain't been playing at all. And that ain't got nothing extra. That's not because I'm righteous. That's not because I'm special. That's only because I understood the gravity of the situation from the day that I got it. Do you know what I'm saying? That's it. You know what I'm saying? All that extra stuff, man, I was not on that. You know what I'm saying? I want to get in this man's kingdom. You know what I'm saying? And when I say get in this man's kingdom for no other reason because I want to be with him. There are still times where I would rather be dead and be with him than to be with this vile people. See, I understand. I feel how Jeremiah feels. If I could just go lodge somewhere with some wayfaring men, you know what I'm saying? And get away from you niggas. You know what I'm saying? Because I ain't even, man, screw the nations. You know what I'm saying? We used to be worried about the nations. Why we don't sit back? You know one thing I noticed that nobody of these people really want to talk about how wicked we really are. All we worried about, all these people making us look bad. We make ourselves look bad. You know what I'm saying? Well, we were just out the other day. My people say, school where the Hebrews at, where the Yahudim at? Where are the men who circumcised their heart? Where are the women who circumcised their heart? Where's the people that's 100 with what they doing? Instead of flogging all the time. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm going to tell you something, right? I'm talking to somebody this other day. Like, I don't come from, there was no social media when I was y'all age. You know what I'm saying? Most of y'all 23, 24, 25 years old. We ain't had that. You know what I'm saying? This social media thing that came out, niggas can be whoever they want to be. Not niggas want to appear to be righteous, all the type of stuff, but niggas know you in real life, though. Niggas know you niggas is flawed. You know what I'm saying? Like straight up niggas sit back and look at it. Man, come on, man. I'll never forget, man, my homegirl, man. I was with this nigga day in and day out for like 5 years. You know what I'm saying? This was my nigga. Period. You know what I'm talking about? When that nigga told me one time, she said, boy, I know you live in this here. I said, nigga, how would you know? How you gonna ascertain that from what I'm posting? She say, nigga, cause I know you. I couldn't say nothing about that. This nigga's not on what I'm on. You know what I'm saying? And this was years ago. This is like 2010, 2011. This is years ago. But that was her response to me, like, nigga, I could be flogging for all you know. Nigga, I could be living sour. And they say, no, nigga, I know you. Now, what I'm going to say to that? And I ain't seen this nigga, what is it, 2017? Well, I ain't seen this nigga in like 15, 16 years. On the real, I've not seen her in 15, 16 years. She said, oh, but I know you, though. I know that whatever you put your mind to do, that's what you're going to do, and you're going to be 100 with it. If you wasn't going to be 100 with it, you wasn't even going to do it. I can't argue with that. Now, the only reason why I'm like that, because that's how I was raised. My mama told me from a jit, if you're not going to go 100% with it, don't even do it. Don't be around here 50% butt crack on nothing. If you're not going to go all the way in, don't halfway do nothing. And see, that's our problem when we come to serving our Elohim. See, we halfway do it. If you're going to do it, do it. You'll respect yourself more. You know what I'm saying? Others will respect you more. You know what I'm saying? And most importantly above all, your Yahuwah Elohim is going to respect you more. And we don't do that. You know what I'm saying? That just is aggravating. It's disgusting to me. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm dead serious about this. I'm dead serious about this. You know what I'm saying? Dead serious. Niggas on some whole other type time. They don't really care about the people. They only care about themselves. And you think niggas can't see that. And I ain't talking about nobody who I'm dealing with in the flesh. I'm talking about what I see with from my people as a whole. Period. In the word and out the word. You know what I'm saying? Niggas don't care about nobody but themselves. They don't care about their brother. They don't care. Niggas just say that. Brother and sister just says, I come from the street. I seen niggas say, yeah, that's my nigga, and blow a nigga brains out. So that don't mean nothing to me. You know what I'm saying? Talking about that's my nigga, that's my brother. Nigga, that means nothing to me. Nigga call you your brother on Tuesday and put a bullet in you on Friday. Like it's nothing. They were walking around acting like the master was their homeboy. Whole time they were plotting to kill the man. Come on, man. Judas was with this man every day, plotting on killing the man. You say we can't be that dumb. He believe what I believe. Man, I ain't going for none of that. You gonna have to show that. That man say bring forth fruits, meat for a penny. You have to show that. Care what you say out your mouth. You can make your mouth fry fish. You can say anything out your mouth. Anything out your mouth. That don't mean you a brother. That don't mean you a sister. That don't mean you a soldier. That don't mean you a rider. That don't mean you righteous. Because you said it. Nigga, what that mean to me? Niggas say all type of stuff out their mouth. It's a woman right now tell somebody she ain't a whore. She done slept with 15 niggas this week. It's a nigga just look somebody in the face and say, I ain't gay. Just had a penis in his mouth 20 minutes ago. I don't smoke crack. Nigga, high as Cooter Brown. You know what I'm saying? Like niggas say anything out their mouth. This man say, this people speak, say they draw nigh to me with their lips, but their heart is far from me. Because they heart go after their covenants. That's what our problem is. Our heart stay going after what we desire and what we want. Flogging like you submit yourself to Elohim righteousness when you really trying to make your own. And you think this man don't peep that? Nigga, I peep it. Niggas don't really care about saving their soul. That's why not a lot of people gonna make it. That's why not a lot of people gonna make it. Niggas flog too much. Niggas front too much. Niggas worry about the crowd. Niggas screw the crowd and what and nigga think. On air day. Anywhere, anytime. Nigga, it's about what Yahuwah think. It's about what he say. We too busy trying to impress a nigga. Nigga, screw a nigga and his mammy. You know what I'm talking about? Boy, if they ain't on what we on. Boy, if you ain't 100 what you talking about, nigga, screw your whole family, everything you stand for. That's how Yahuwah feel about it. That's how you supposed to feel about it. But we don't feel that way, though. Because you want people to like you. You want to be accepted. You don't want to hurt people's feelings. Nigga, I don't care. Straight up. Boy, as long as I can look this man in his eyes and this man say, boy, you got in. Come over here on my right-hand side for this kingdom that I prepared for you. My father prepared for you. That's all I'm trying to. I don't care, nigga. I could be dolo. I ain't got to have nail friend. Nigga, I preach to the wall, nigga. But y'all don't understand that though. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gotta have no friend. I ain't gotta have no wife. I ain't gotta have no kids. I ain't gotta have none of that. Long as I got my Elohim, that's all I need. That's all I need. I don't need nothing else. I don't need nothing else. That's how the master looked at it. I don't care. All I need is my Elohim. That's all I need. Once you sit back and you got a mind like that, this man will bring the people who's supposed to be around you to help you do that. He'll put the people around you that's going to help you do that. If that's what you want. He'll have some thorns in your side to keep you on point. You know what I'm saying? But he going to make sure that you got like-minded individuals around you. You know, them 5% niggas got a term, they call it an A-alike. People who think like you. You know what I'm saying? People who move like you. Because we supposed to be a car, right? That's what the book say, one body, one ruach, right? We supposed to all have the same mind. So then you have to sit back and look at it. Why do people in the body don't have the same mind? Maybe because they're not part of his body then. We ain't never look at it that way. Because we supposed to think the same. Matter of fact, since I said that, what that is? 1 Corinthians chapter 1. We come right back to this Luke 19. Come over there, 1 Corinthians chapter 1. I know I still dropped some book though while I was talking. At least I did that. At least I did that much. 1 Corinthians chapter 1 and verse 6, right? Make it verse 5. Matter of fact, make it verse 4. You know what I'm saying? I love everybody. You know what I'm saying? I ain't like I said, man, I ain't never disliked too many people in my life. I don't like the police in general. You know what I'm saying? I don't like the United States government in general. You know what I'm talking about? But most people, I can't even think of too many people like, I didn't like him. But I don't like stuff niggas be doing, though. You know what I'm saying? And when niggas do sour stuff, keep that stuff away from me. You know what I'm saying? I ain't on that. I'm a peaceful dude. You know what I'm saying? When I was in the world, man, all I like to do was get high and get money and hang with my niggas. You know what I'm saying? If it was a chick that I was down with, I used to like to be around her. And I usually want to be around her more than my friends. You know what I'm saying? Because I prefer to be in the company of a woman. And not for no sexual stuff. I just prefer to be in the company of a woman. Because I told y'all before, if you got a good chick on your team and she down with you, she want to see you win. She ain't got her nuts crossed on you. She ain't like that in the third. Usually don't be no envy come in. Deal with dudes get jealous. They go to resent and all that type. Man, I'm not on that. Ain't got time for that. You know what I'm saying? I say in the last year some change, I dealt with more drama than I've ever dealt in my 36, close to 37 years of living. You know what I'm saying? I'm not on that. You know what I'm saying? Man, I just be want to chill and get money, hang with my people. All that extra stuff, man, keep that stuff over there. You know what I'm saying? That stuff make people's lives miserable. You like to be miserable, then be miserable by yourself. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not on that. It's a despicable way to live. He said, I thank my Elohim always on your behalf for the favor of Elohim which is given you by Yahushua HaMashiach. Then everything ye are enriched by him in all utterance and in all knowledge. See, that's my whole key thing, bro. My hope to Elohim is that every last one of y'all, that every time you open your mouth, that through this man's poverty you'll be made rich, that he can enrich your words, and that he can enrich your knowledge in him, that your soul might be saved. My whole purpose in life is to preach this man to you, that you might believe, that you might receive the Ruach, that your soul might be saved. I don't really care about nothing else other than that. Everything else is secondary. The hustling is secondary. Clowning is secondary. Doing this, doing all that stuff is secondary, third, fourth, all the way down the line. My sole purpose of breathing is to preach this man to you that your soul might be saved. I have no other capacity on this planet other than that. You know what I'm saying? If it wasn't for his mercy, I would probably already be dead. You know what I'm talking about? I have no other purpose on this planet other than that, but to preach Yahushua HaMashiach. I have no other purpose than that. I am not on this planet for no other reason than that. That is my sole duty. That's the sole number one thing that I'm here for. I'm not here for nothing else. If anything else come after that, it come after that. If I get a wife, it come. I get kids, it come. If I can touch $1 million, it come. You know what I'm saying? If I can push the type of car I want, it'll come. You know what I'm saying? If I can be able to enrich those who I hustle with and do business with, then it comes. You know what I'm saying? But if it don't come, the sole reason why I was born, let that be completed. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the only thing I can look at it, why this man would give me this information. Here's somebody who was a pure, unadulterated idiot for 28 years. You know what I'm saying? That's the only thing, a logical explanation I can come up with. That this is the only reason why you're alive. Because I could have been dead a long time ago. You know what I'm saying? Like, what purpose would this man give me the testimony of his son for? Who am I? What am I? I ain't nobody. I ain't no better than none of y'all. I ain't nobody. I ain't nothing special. Who am I? Nobody. Nothing. Dust and ashes. So just like we read last week, he said, you're an unprofitable servant. Do what I'm just doing what I was commanded to do. That's it. This is why, right? So that you come behind and no gift waiting for the come of our Master Yahushua HaMashiach. My hope and desire is that all of y'all get a gift from this man. If it ain't nothing but the gift of faith, which is probably the most precious gift you can get. If you just get that, praise the Lamb. If that man decided to give you diversity of tongues or administrations or apostleship or prophecy or a teacher, praise Yah. You know what I'm saying? I think a lot of times dudes thinking that niggas don't want. I ain't never been ahead. You know what I'm saying? For what? Why would I be mad at another man coming up? Why would I be another man ascending and reaching a certain level of success or getting something? You know what I'm saying? Why would I be mad at that? You know what I'm saying? No doubt. You know what I'm saying? Why would I be mad at that? I want everybody to get a gift. Most importantly, I want you to give the eternal life. See, we overlook all this stuff because we after vainglory. I can tell that on that phone call that I was on last night. Dudes just want vainglory. Nigga ain't gotta know my name, bro. Matter of fact, I got on that call and didn't even tell niggas who I was. For what? For what? Nigga, who cares? Nigga, nobody know you, nigga. I'm talking about myself. You know what I'm saying? Nobody knows you, nigga. Is it about me or is it about the word? Is it about me or is it about the information? So then you have to sit back and say that about yourself. Is it about you or is it about y'all? Who is it really about? Who shall also confirm you unto the end that you may be blameless in the day of our Master Yahushua HaMashiach. Elohim is faithful by whom you are called unto the fellowship of his Son, Yahushua HaMashiach, our Master. Now I beseech you, brethren, by the name of our Master Yahushua HaMashiach, that you all speak the same thing, and that there be no divisions among you, but that you be perfectly joined together in the same mind and in the same judgment. Now why would he sit back and tell you this? Jeremiah 32 and 39. This is why Paul would sit back and tell you this. He said that it wouldn't be no divisions among you. He said, I hope you had the same mind and the same judgment. Listen to what he tell you. 32 and 39. I will give them one heart and one way that they should fear me forever for the good of them and of their children after them. And I will make an everlasting covenant with them, and I will not turn away from them to do them good, but I will put my fear in their hearts, and they shall not depart from me. You know, this is when it talk about being born of Elohim, how you sin not. Don't think that we ain't forgot about. He said, he that come up with evil intentions shall be called a mischievous person. They shall be called Baal. You know what I'm saying? But the thing that you said, look at, he said he'll give you one heart and one way. So you would think the same. And Paul was imploring that we ought to all think the same. That we should be able to look at things and come to the same judgment and the same assertion when we look at it. Or at least be able to sit down like men and be able to reason and come together to be able to do it. You know what I'm saying? But I noticed that our people don't like to do that. They don't like to do that. Because most people are more concerned about being right than letting the word be right. You know what I'm saying? See, nigga, I don't care. You got book for it and it can stand, nigga, I'm going to roll the book. And if you've been around me and you don't know that about me, clearly you don't know me. You know what I'm saying? Clearly you don't. I know it's a lot of people, they don't really know me very well. They think that they don't really know me very well. You know what I'm saying? You can't. Sometimes it don't take long, and sometimes it do. Because I was around somebody for 2 years. It took them a little while to actually figure me out. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't put all my cards on the table, and that's just not how I am. You know what I'm saying? It's just take a little minute. You have to actually do something to actually earn my trust and this, that. And after that, I'll be loyal to you till I'm dead. Ain't nothing I ain't gonna do for you. You know what I'm saying? If you show yourself to be solid, if you show yourself to be 100, I'm gonna ride for you. And I'm not ashamed to let anybody know that I'm gonna ride for you. I don't care what they think, if like I said, and I'll just tell it repeatedly. Yeah, I ride with this nigga. You know what I'm saying? I do whatever for this nigga. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing. Yeah, that's my nigga. Yeah, that's my people. I rocks with them. Yeah, they can get what. I have no problem with that. Most people not used to that because most people ain't used to actually having a friend who ain't ashamed to say that's my friend. This person means this much to me. I'll do this for them. I'll do that for them. I don't want nothing from them. Because most people do something for somebody, they want something back in return. I don't want nothing from them. All I want them to do is be my friend and love me. That's all I ask. The book say, oh, no man but love. That's all I ask. That's all you got to give me. You ain't got to buy me nothing. You ain't got to take me nowhere. You ain't got to do this and do that. Just show me love and be my nigga. That's it. Be there for me when I need you. Hold me down. That's all I need you to do. You know what I'm saying? I could have bought you a whole outfit, put $1,000 in your pocket. You ain't got to do nothing for me. I did that because you my people. I wanted to do it. You know what I'm saying? This was something that was said to me a couple weeks ago. Just a something. Like, when the last time you just went and asked somebody, did they need something? When the last time you just went and did something for your people because you wanted to do it? Not because, or you seen they had a need and you feel that need. They didn't have to tell you. You seen it and you went and handled that. You know what I'm saying? When you had sit back and noticed your people was down and you noticed it and you went and hollered at them and you went and seen about them. Or they said something and you could tell that something wasn't right and you just went ahead and inquired some more because you cared. You know what I'm saying? See, most people be selective with it. But like I told you a couple weeks ago, it's going to be people you're going to stick closer to than others. That's just life, man. It is what it is. If you're going to sit back and think you're going to be equally close and equally friends with everybody, you lying to yourself. People are going to naturally be drawn to people who they have more in common with. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with that. You're going to naturally be drawn to and be closer to people that you have more in common with. And sometimes in life you outgrow people. Like all my childhood friends, I ain't friends with none of them no more. Not like close day in and day out, not like what it used to be. No. And I'm going to also tell you like this here too with me. I'm the type of dude, like I'll tell you like, two of my closest friends, we were hustling. All three of us were hustling on a different side of town. So we would go weeks without seeing each other. Sometimes even talking to each other. You know what I'm saying? But when we seen and spoke to one another, it was as if I just talked to you and seen you yesterday. As if we was hanging together every day like we always did because this was my friend. I don't have to talk to him every day. I don't have to see him every day. It's love though. There's love there. You know what I'm saying? There's love there. So when I see him, it's love. It doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I'm different. You know what I'm saying? Remember, it ain't wasn't that many of us. You know what I'm saying? And then that's how we were. I ain't got to talk to this nigga every day. I got to see this nigga every day. That's my nigga. When I see him, what's happening? What was good? What you trying to do? Because this my nigga. I don't got to do that. I'm a man. You know what I'm saying? I don't need to be like, bro, why you ain't call me, man? Nigga, what? Nigga, you a grown man. Nigga, get some money, nigga. Go ask your old lady why you ain't talked to her. But nigga, I'm a man. Nigga, I don't need to talk to you every day, nigga. We men. Nigga, if you my man and I'm your man, nigga, it doesn't matter. We men. Nigga, we friends. You don't need that if you real friends with somebody that you got to talk every day. I got to see you every day. You don't need that. Maybe I'm different. You know what I'm saying? I come from a different era, different perspective. You know what I'm saying? I understand other people's perspective. That's just my perspective on it. You know what I'm saying? It's how I am. Not knocking nobody else's perspective. That's my perspective. I don't need to talk. It's been times where, shoot, man, nigga, I don't talk to Little Muffin every day. But then I know people who talk to their siblings every day. And that's cool. There's nothing wrong with that. Nigga, my sister knows that. That doesn't mean I love her any less because I don't talk to her every day. Nigga, my sister know I love her. I don't have to talk to her every day. I don't have to see her every day. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a bond there. It's only one person you ought to talk to every day, and that's your Elohim. You better make sure you talk to him every day, at least 3 times a day if you ask me. That's somebody you better not go too long without talking to, because you might go without seeing it. Because if you can go that long without talking to him, I guarantee you his word ain't in your heart. Come on back to Luke chapter 19. Because if you can go that long without talking to him, I guarantee you going long without thinking about it. And if you're going long without thinking about it, you ain't going to walk with him too long. Because other stuff going to creep in your brain. Let me tie all these scripts up we've been looking at so it don't seem like I'm crazy. Luke 19 and 41. And when he was come near to behold the city and wept over it, saying, if thou had known, even thou at least in this thy day, the things which belong unto thy shalom, but now they are hid from thine eyes. For the day shall come upon thee that thy enemy shall cast a trench about thee, and compass thee round about, and keep thee in on every side, and shall lay thee even with the ground, and thy children within thee, and they shall not leave in thee one stone upon another, because thou knew not the time of thy visitation. Now, you know, the master had already told them in the 12th chapter of Luke that all the blood of the righteous men from Abel to Zechariah, whom you slew between the temple and the altar, would come upon the generation. And we talk about it, come back to Ezekiel 22, and they're talking about the shedding of blood. And the shedding of blood of all prophets, they all told slander and tales. When they had Jeremiah in the prison, they lied on him. When they had Elijah, they lied on him. It comes with the territory. Before we read that, John 15 and 19, because y'all really need to understand this here, man. I hate to have to take this direction with you, you know what I'm saying? But you need to understand that. And we still holding Nehemiah 6, you know, Proverbs chapter 24. I might not even get to the verse in Proverbs 24 that I actually intended to, because probably it wasn't God's will for us to deal with it anyway. John 15 and 19. Make it 16. Make it 15. Screw it, just go ahead and make it 11. Make it, as a matter of fact, just make it 9. John 15 and 9. Hello? What's happening? So we look at John 15 and 9, right? Let's look at what he says. As the Father hath loved me, so have I loved you. Continue ye in my love. If you keep my commandments, ye shall abide in my love, even as I have kept my Father's commandments and abide in his love. These things have I spoken unto you, that my joy might remain in you, and that your joy might be full. This is my commandment, that you love one another as I have loved you. Now, we had sat back and we were talking about this here. And now, again, we're talking about the Proverbs 20 and 9. You say how, you know, a talebearer reveals secrets, and we see that secrets revealing the assembly or your friends. We also see that a talebearer is an informer or a scorner or a mocker. You know what I'm saying? And we also seen that in Proverbs 24 and 8, where he say a person that thinks upon evil things is a mischievous person, and we see that word for person in that particular verse is Baal. So sitting back looking at all these things as things of Satan. And then we also read in Ezekiel 22, it said back, and we're coming back to Ezekiel 22 in a minute, it's about of the shedding of blood, tales to shed blood. And we'll probably pull that story with Ahab to see another instance of this. Like I say, you sit back and looking at it, that, you know, y'all don't like a snitch either. You know what I'm saying? And we had to sit back and look at that, because I'm going to work something in Luke 21 about this, about people going to snitch on you. They're going to tell. You know what I'm saying? They're going to violate that Leviticus, and they're going to reveal what people are and what they're doing. See, there's something else that I want to take the direction of Isaiah 44 that we started on Wednesday. Most I will, and I got to work it in tomorrow. Because there's something that I'm thinking about, and it's in Revelation. You know what I'm saying? About those that are with the Lamb, they're faithful. They're called and they're chosen. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people are being called right now, but they're not chosen. You know what I'm saying? And we've dealt with that before, that there are many people who are chosen from the foundation of the world for their souls to be preserved. You know what I'm saying? I seen a brother, you know what I'm saying, brother in DC, we got a lot of love for the brother, man. I can't pronounce what his name is. You know what I'm saying? But that's my nigga. I ain't never met him before, but that's my nigga. He all right with me. He was like, you're walking out of script. You're walking out of movie. Script already been written. You're just playing your part. You're playing your role. Everybody has a role to play. Everybody has a part to play. You know what I'm saying? I hope your part is on the right-hand side and not on the left. Because no one has a determination on what role you're going to be in. You know what I'm saying? No one has a say in that. I don't have a say in it. You don't have a say in it. Nobody has a say in it. You know what I'm saying? I be thinking about all type of things because I be alone a majority of the time. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times I don't want to talk. You know what I'm saying? Ain't got nothing to do with nobody did anything. You know what I'm saying? Or I'm just being antisocial. Sometimes I don't want to talk to nobody. Sometimes the only thing I want to talk to is my own thoughts. That's just from being a loner. You know what I'm saying? Even though I have a lot of friends, you know what I'm saying? I just like to be by myself. You know what I'm saying? Be able to handle things in my own brain to where I can make myself a better individual. You can't really do that surrounded by people all the time because you don't have time to think. Your mind can't be clear. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times it's just me in the city. You know what I'm saying? Just be floating. Handling business, but it's just me in the city. In my own brain. You know what I'm saying? And when you sit back and you just sit back and you look at stuff, man. I sit back and I look at the direction and the moves that people around me have made through the course of my lifetime. Even moves that I have made myself. You know what I'm saying? That things could have went this way and went that way. And why did they fall the way that they fell? You know what I'm saying? I could sit back and think about when I caught that first sale case. January 10th, 2002. You know what I'm saying? McDonald's, 3rd Street, Jice Beach. You know what I'm saying? Son was telling me not to go serve the dude. To turn around. You know what I'm saying? Because I ain't really messing with him anyway. He like to pull junkie stunts. He had been calling me like 3 o'clock that afternoon. But I had a little muffin with me. I never sold rocks when I had my sister with me. If I had my sister with me, it's nothing. You know what I'm saying? I ain't selling nothing. I ain't got no dope in the car. I'm not going to get no dope in the car. You know what I'm saying? When I'm with Lil Muffin, I'm with Lil Muffin. I wouldn't care if you said you had $1 million. I can't miss what I never had, so I didn't care. You know what I'm saying? So, my man Bill hit me. I think he wanted like a 30. Because this dude, Joey, he wanted a yard. You know what I'm saying? I mean, nigga catch $100 service all the time, so that wasn't a big deal. And I was finna whip and turn around. You know what I'm saying? And go catch Bill. Because I had been serving Bill for years. You know what I'm saying? But I was like, screw it. I'm close. So, I'm going to go ahead and catch it. You know what I'm saying? Caught that case. Who knows what could have happened to me if I did turn around? And I ain't talking about right there in that day. Who's to say what could have happened? When I caught the case that sent me up the road, it got real out here in these streets during the time period I was gone. Who knows what could have happened? I could have got killed. I could have killed somebody. You know what I'm saying? I could have got pinched and caught a bigger case. You know what I'm saying? Because of all the things that could have occurred, it led up to May 2009 that my mama just happened to see Fat Boy at a health station just out of the blue. He don't even know that I'm out of prison. He think I'm coming home that month. And it set the process of almost 8 years later of what I'm doing right now. And when this started, I had no thoughts or imaginations or machinations talking about preaching no word. One thing I cared about was saving my soul. But then as I sat back and I looked at it, I sat back and looked at, dang, me and Marie was reading 360 questions to ask a Hebrew Israelite when we got pinched. And I remember reading this and reading that. And then you go to sit back and you look at all the things that you got spared from in your life and all the things that went down. And it was to set you up to be in the position that you're in now. You know what I'm saying? Or you sit back and look at situations that I reacted this way when I could have reacted. Because, see, I like to do things in a perfect fashion. So if I mess up on something, I will dwell on it and dwell on it. Like, I can't even watch a video of me preaching. Because if I watch it, I'm going to think about, man, I could have hit this and I could have hit that. I didn't hit this and I didn't hit that and I didn't hit this and I didn't hit that. And I'm not going to do myself like that. Once it's out there, it's out there. I can't go back and change it. I can't do nothing with it. You know what I'm saying? So I just choose not to do that. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm always going to feel like I could have did better. I could have did better. I could have did better. You know what I'm saying? Because I take that seriously. You know what I'm saying? And there's a lot of stuff like, you know what I'm saying? We don't look at stuff you sit back sit back, you know what I'm saying, in your own time and reflect and look at your life. And look at if you made this particular decision, how that could have unfolded to where you may not be hearing the word. That your soul might not be. We don't look at stuff like that. Look at the people who you were once with when you was in the world versus now when you're dealing with the word. You could be right there with them. What are they really doing? They're oblivious to the wrath that's about to come upon this planet. You know what I'm saying? They're oblivious to it. They're oblivious to the joy of the salvation that is about to come upon those who seek him with a whole heart and a ready mind, with pure intentions. You know what I'm saying? I sit back and look at all that, man. I sit back and think about that time me and Fat Boy was on Silver Street, standing in front of the trap, you know what I'm saying, just chilling. And if he didn't notice the nigga shooting through the alley, and he was like, boy, let's get in the car, boy, let's dip. We could have lost our life that night and been on our way to hell. Because we don't know what this nigga got on his brain. You know what I'm saying? But I didn't hear the nigga tip tapping, but he heard him. He seen him. He like, boy, we need to dip. Get in the car, let's go. You know what I'm saying? Things like that. Who knows what could have happened when my little homeboy Smiley was like, yeah, boy, the niggas around there talking about, boy, they want to try to rob you, boy, this, that, and the third. Who knows if he didn't say that, what could have happened? You know what I'm saying? Who knows? See, most of y'all lived a regular life, man. You know what I'm saying? You went to college, this, that, and the third. You know what I'm saying? We was doing some stupid stuff. It cost us out. Who knows? I could have called. The state asked for 12 years. You understand what I'm saying? Nigga, I could have just been getting out of prison 2 years ago. On the real, I could have just been getting out of. I'm going to do 10 and a half on 12. This is 2014 case. So I'd have been getting out 2014. So you talking about, at that time, I'd been dealing with the word for 5 years. That means any knowledge that I imparted in the individual of the word, they may or may not have received it. Because I can't say they wouldn't have, because only y'all knows. Because he could have let the people give me 12. That means I wouldn't be sitting here right now. Who knows what nigga been doing? 10 and a half years in prison, nigga? You know what that do to your brain? Well, you know if you're not strong, you know what that'll do to your brain? 10 and a half years? But I think about that stuff like this all the time. That he laid it in this man's heart to give me 5 years. I knew I was going to get 5 years before I went in there. You know what I'm saying? I tell y'all this here, man. Sit back. Everybody is doing what they're supposed to be doing. You're at where you're supposed to be at. You're with who you're supposed to be with. You know what I'm saying? The only question is it for your salvation or is it for your damnation? Because whether it be for your salvation or whether it be for your damnation, Yahuwah will be honored either way. You know what I'm saying? Esteem will be brought to his name either way, without question. Ain't no doubt about that. You know what I'm saying? Think about that. Reflect on that. You know what I'm saying? And do what you need to do. John, what it is? 15. Verse 13. Greater love had no man than this, that a man lay his life down for his friends. Ye are my friends, if you do whatsoever I command you. Henceforth I call you not servants, for the servant know not what his master do. But I've called you friends, for all things that I have heard of my Father I have made known unto you. Now, I'm not going to go into great detail. You know that Abraham was called a friend of Elohim because he believed. The apostles, he said, I call you friends. Why? Because they believed. So therefore, he made known everything that the Father had gave him, he gave it to them. And he'll do the same thing for us. The reason why we don't get everything that the Father had to give, because we really don't believe. I told y'all this before, man, I'm going to say it again. And the word backs me up on this. And I could run verses for days. This is a faithless, wretched, wicked, stubborn, despicable, vile, disgusting, fraudulent, hypocritical, idolatrous, worshiping people. We are defiled people inwardly. We love to proclaim the name of Yahuwah and steady run after the lust of our own heart. We love to claim to be humble towards Yahuwah, but really are proud, stubborn people. I'm talking about the whole house of Yasharal. Every single last one of us. No one of us is exempt. The whole nation is foul. Do you know what I'm saying? And that stuff don't bother us for whatever reason. Do you know what I'm saying? How flawed we are. We cool with it. You know what I'm saying? We cool with it. We not sick and tired of being sick and tired. That's why we haven't changed. Because when you get sick and tired of being sick and tired, you'll change. You know what I'm saying? Like I knew dudes, they got tired of going to jail. They stopped going. You know what I'm saying? They made a change in their life. You know what I'm saying? If you're not tired of the way that you think and the things that you do and the direction that you're going, then you're gonna keep going. When you get tired, you'll stop. You'll stop. Well, like the master said, you know, no man desireth the new wine because he say straightway the old is better. What I've been doing, that's the better way to go. You know what I'm saying? There's no sense of urgency amongst these people. No definitely serious individuals when it comes to it. Just like we were talking about Wednesday, man, niggas worrying about culture. Care about no culture, man. What's culture gonna do for me? You know what I'm saying? That's what we care about. Care about everything other than having the power which comes through with having faith. Just like we talked about Wednesday, man. That man say, and there shall be one to subscribe himself to the name of Yasharal. And we sit back and see subscribe. The word is kathar, but it means to engrave. So it say once this man had died, then he took that name on. We don't want to die to take that name on. We just want a false flag with the man's name. You know what I'm saying? We cool with that. Flogging. Because we've been flogging our whole life. There's very few authentic people on this planet. Why you think the master said many gonna seek the inner end of the straight gate and they not gonna be able to do it? Because everybody ain't 100. Everybody ain't thorough. So everybody's not gonna be willing to do what thorough people do to get the things that thorough people get. This whole book is about one thing, and it's sacrifice. And because this man was willing to sacrifice, these people wanted to tell lies on this man and shed this man's blood and kill him because they were wicked. That man said they won't come into the light lest their deeds shall be reproved because their deeds are evil. So instead of coming to the light and correcting themselves, they rather slander a righteous man and shed his blood. This man with Judas would rather reveal where his brother was at, the man who he say is his brother, say is his master, say is his king. He'd rather reveal where the man at so they could kill him. Because he hating, they hating. And for what? But ain't nothing new under the sun, though. Verse 16, though, you feel me? Ye have not chosen me, but I have chosen you and ordained you that you should go and bring forth fruit, that your fruit should remain. That whatsoever you ask of my Father in my name, that he may give it to you. These things I command you, that you love one another. If the world hates you, know that it hated me before it hated you. If you were of the world would love his own. But because you are not of the world, but I've chosen you out of the world, therefore the world hates you. That goes back to what we were talking about in Nehemiah chapter 6. We still holding it, though. See, Sanballat, let's go back to Nehemiah chapter 6 so we can just finish that on off. I ain't forgot about it. See, we went through all this here, what we were looking at because of old Gashmu. See, Gashmu went to Sanballat talking about, see, he doing this and doing that. And they don't know what he talking about. And Sanballat was stupid enough to entertain it. Now they want to go about to try to do something to the man about some most secondary, inaccurate information because they hate. Because Nehemiah was not of the world. Remember, because we dealt with that because wisdom is too high for a fool. Nehemiah up there on the gate, they like this here. Come up to me. Because I'm not coming down to you. They said, no, we ain't coming up there. Because that wisdom that he had, that skill for war that he had, they were too high for them stupid niggas. It was too high for him. And you would sit back and look at it. Once you attain a certain level of wisdom, we look at that wisdom as being skillful in war, knowing how to operate in the word, knowing how to operate in the ruach, knowing how to operate to actually save your soul. That type of stuff is too high for a dummy. Ain't nobody trying to come up. He said, I'm doing a great work. He say, why should I leave it to come down to you? Why should I leave walking in the word to come down to this nigga here? Because the wisdom is too high for him. He don't want to come up. He doesn't want to do what's necessary to come up there to sit up there with Nehemiah. That's the same way he said, you'll look upon me whom they have appeared. See, that wisdom up there on that stake, it was too high for a fool. The people didn't want to come up there and go up there and hang themselves up there with him. This man told you in the epistle of the Hebrews that you ought to go outside the camp and suffer the reproach with Mashiach. We don't really want to do that because you don't want to be dishonored. You don't want people not to like you. You don't want people to say bad things about you because you care too much about what a man thinks. You know what I'm saying? I don't care what a man thinks. For what? For what? I don't care how much money another man makes. What he makes don't make me nothing. You know what I'm saying? I don't care what people think about me. None of that. You can't care about what people think if you try to attain to greatness. You'll always be mediocre. You know what I'm saying? If you worry about what people think of you, you will always be mediocre. Because if you strive to do something great, people are going to have things to say about you. This man was performing a great work. He was rebuilding the wall in Jerusalem, and Sanballat and Gashmu and all these other people, they had something to say because they were mad. Let's sit back and look at the lie they told. Verse 5 again. Then since, this is 6 and 5. Then Sanballat, his servant, unto me, in like manner the 5th time with an open letter in his hand, wherein it was written, it is reported among the heathen, and Gashmu saith it. I guess that just made it harder because Gashmu said it. Thou and the Yahudim think to rebel, for which cause thou build the wall, that thou may be their king according to these words. And thou hast also appointed prophets to preach of thee at Jerusalem, saying there is a king in Yehuda, and now it shall be reported to the king according to these words. Come now therefore, and let us take counsel together. Then I sent unto him, saying, there are no such things done as thou say, but thou feign them out of thy own heart. That man said, you sat back and you told that lie straight out your own mouth, boy. That came out your own mind. You came up there. Because he said, an evil man come up with wicked intentions. He'll be called a mischievous person. That's what they're doing. And why did he say, don't worry if the world hates you? Because I'm pulling you out of the world. Because they hated me. So they said, man, see, he's going to rebel. He's going to say that he's a king. He's got prophets going to preach about him. But we know this is a prophecy of Mashiach and the apostles preaching of him. You know what I'm saying? But that's the saying that they sat there and did, and that's what people sit back and do. As they come up with lies out of their own mind, and they feign them out of their own heart, showing themselves to be a talebearer, an informer, a scorner, because they mocking this man for one. You know what I'm saying? Because they're trying to set something up to kill him, because they don't like the work that he's doing. Because he said, I'm doing a great work. And that's too high for a fool. See, when you're doing something great, people like to try to pull you down to bring you to their level of mediocrity. You know what I'm saying? That's how this world works. You know what I'm talking about? That's sad. That's how it is, though. You know what I'm saying? See, they didn't like the master because he's walking around and, you know what I'm saying, he's doing this and he's doing that and he's saying this and he's saying that. And they were like, who did this dude think he is? This ain't this Joseph's son. Where he get this wisdom from? This guy, who does he think he is? Let's get him. I don't like him. What did he do for them not to like him other than be 100? That's all he did. He just was him. He had a job to do. He came to do it, and he was him the whole time he was doing it. And they hated him for it. Why? Why? Because we end up showing that we actually hate Yah. Why? Why would it be like this here? You know what I'm saying? Why we just can't put our pride, our flesh, our desires, and all this stuff to the side and get our soul saved? You know what I'm saying? Why we can't do that? I'm telling you something, I'm telling you this before, right? Y'all done blessed me with a lot of knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. All three, because those are three separate things. You know what I'm saying? Man, look at, man, I think on that stuff all the time. I don't sit around and talk about it all the time. If somebody sparks it, I will. You know what I'm saying? But I don't, though. If you hit me up about it, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I chop it up with you. Niggas know this. You know what I'm saying? People know this. At the same token, my mind would be so focused on what it is that I'm doing that I might forget about everything else that's going on around me. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm locked in. Before he gave me this opportunity to do what we doing on the natural side, all I would focus on was about the word. I ain't care about nothing else. Everything else was irrelevant. You know what I'm saying? It didn't matter to me. Period. You know what I'm saying? Nothing else mattered. I didn't have to go anywhere. I didn't have to do this. I didn't have to do that. Who cares about a woman? Who cares about any of that? I'm trying to get this work. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get this money. That's how I look at it. I'm trying to get paid. I'm trying to get paid with eternal life. I'm trying to get paid. I remember my homeboy said, "Boy, you always talk about getting the spirit." This is like '09. He be in my breezeway, just chopping it up. Because he allowed me to understand that very early, that it was imperative that I must receive that. That's what I wanted. All I was focused on is what I wanted from this man. All the other stuff didn't matter to me. You know what I'm saying? It didn't matter to me. Because it was just a handful of us and we were just dolo and niggas was really still doing what it is that they did. They was doing what they wanted to do at the same time. I didn't get caught up in no culture. I didn't get caught up in no language. I didn't get caught up in, oh, we just Israel, this, that, and the third. The only thing I got caught up was in Hamashiach. That's all I got caught up in. That's all I got caught up in. Once he put it in my brain that the whole book was about him and that I needed to find him and I needed to know him and I needed to understand him, I didn't care about nothing else. Period. You know what I'm saying? Nothing else mattered to me. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. You know what I'm saying? Literally. I ain't talking about just figure. I mean literally. Because I already knew. He's keeping me in this position for a reason because I know myself. I'm a workaholic. I will work non-stop, round the clock. I won't stop. I barely sleep. My homegirl just was texting me the other day. She was like, "Nigga, what's up with you?" I'm like, "Nigga, I'm tired. You need to go to sleep." I ain't gonna have no time to go to sleep. I gotta go do this. I gotta go do that. I gotta go do this. She was like, "Boy, you something got to give. You need to go to sleep." I go to sleep on Friday. This was like Tuesday. Because I will work around the clock. I won't stop. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes when I be working, I won't even stop to eat. I won't even stop to get something to drink. Because I got to finish this task. I don't have time to stop. Stop for what? This is how I think. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying it's the greatest way to think. This is how I think, though. I'm not stopping. I'm not stopping. Stop for what? I'm not done yet. You know what I'm saying? I'll sleep when I'm dead. By the time I'm dead, those who I'm trying to do something for, they will be straight. This is how I think. What if I'm stopping for it, I mean I'm slacking. What am I slacking for? I don't have room to slack. This is how I sat back and look at the word. What am I slacking for? My soul's not preserved. What am I hesitating for? What am I putting my feet up for? What I feel like, well, I made a little bit of money. I ain't got to get no money. I ain't got to do this here. For what? Where do I have the leeway to think that way from? Where'd that come from? And that's come from how I was raised. That's not what Chandra taught me. That's not what Rosalind taught me. That's not what Richard taught me. They didn't teach me that. You know what I'm saying? Say, son, you got to get it. You got to do what you got to do. You got to handle your business. So that's how I think. You know what I'm saying? So that's how we have to sit back. You have to be so focused and so engrossed with the salvation of your soul that that's all that matters. Now, of course, not. I wouldn't want to. It's different for me. I don't have no kids. I ain't got no wife. You know what I'm saying? The book tell you this. That he said if a man have a wife, then he got to think about how he going to please his wife. If a woman have a husband, then she got to think about how she got to please her husband. But a single man and a single woman, all they got to sit back and think about how they got to please the master. I don't have those distractions. You know what I'm saying? That's what the word calls it. It's not what I call it. It's what Paul stated in 1 Corinthians chapter 7. I don't have those distractions. You know what I'm saying? I don't have those distractions. So I can think that way. If I had those distractions, then of course I would have to tailor my mind and change my thinking because I can't think that way. I have to cater to someone else. I have to be readily accessible and available to someone else. Do you know what I'm saying? We don't sit back and look at it because I can adjust my thinking according to the situation and circumstance. You know what I'm saying? But if the situation and circumstances does not call for that, then I'm not going to do that. I would want every one of y'all to, even with, you got kids, you got a wife, whatever the case may be, that your focus on saving your soul is laser. It's laser focus. Because without that, you're not going to attain it. Nehemiah was so focused on what he was doing, he wasn't studying what he's doing. I'm not coming down to you. You're going to have to come up and meet me. But the wisdom that he had, it was too high for them because they were fools. So all they were trying to do was cause something so they could kill this man. Come on back to John 15, and then we hit Ezekiel 22. I got to get ready to wrap this up, man. Make sure I finish everything in John 15. It's going to get real out here when it comes to that. Verse 16, you have not chosen me, but I have chosen you. Oh, I'm sorry, we already down there. We're verse 20. Remember the word that I said unto you, the servant is not greater than his master. If they have persecuted me, they will persecute you. And if they have kept my saying, they will keep yours also. But all things will they do unto you for my name's sake, because they know not him that sent me. And it's funny to me. You know what I'm saying? That a lot of people, they don't know Mashiach. And that's why they mock and ridicule those who profess him. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to tell you something, and y'all should notice it. I don't drop information for the purpose of flexing what I know. It ain't no need for that. You know what I'm saying? I say that because I know that people are not hearing this man. I know they're not. It's very saddening. It's very, very saddening because I know what their end is going to be. And I just say stuff in the hopes that it would spark a man's brain that they may seek after the knowledge of Yahushua HaMashiach diligently with the whole heart, mind, and soul, that they might become to understand the fellowship of his sufferings, to be made conformable unto his death, and to be able to see him in the volume of the word, and that their souls might be preserved, and out of their belly might flow rivers of living water. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, that's all I care about. I don't really care about nothing else. You know what I'm saying? I might pop off and talk real greasy and this, that, that, and the third, but I don't really care about nothing else. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people have a lot of false conceptions about me just based because, you know what I'm saying? I got a sporty mouth, you know what I'm saying? I say stuff out, you know what I'm saying? That's what I do. But a lot of stuff y'all might think I care about, I don't really care about that. You know what I'm saying? A lot of stuff you think I'm concerned with, I'm not really concerned with that. You know what I'm saying? You only gonna really know that if you actually really be around me and deal with me on a particular level doing certain things. You'll be like, nah, you'll see that I don't really care. You know, you could do whatever. You know what I'm saying? That's cool. That's how you want to do that. Cool, then handle that. You know what I'm saying? I don't care as long as it gets done. I don't really care. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you want to go do this? That's what you want to do? All right, we're going to do that. I don't really care. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of stuff, I don't really care. I only care about a couple things. This word, which means my Elohim, my people, and my bread. In that order. You know what I'm saying? That's all I care about. And when I say my bread, meaning because I have to take care of myself. You know what I'm saying? And if I sat back and say, I wanted to be married, I have to be able to take care of this woman. You know what I'm saying? Because that's a responsibility that I'm willing to take on that I would not shy away from. It's a responsibility to sit back and say, okay, I desire to be married. That means I'm seeking a responsibility. I'm not seeking just a mate. I'm seeking a responsibility to execute a responsibility because I'm man enough to take the responsibility on and handle that. With pride, because I want to do it. You know what I'm saying? I can remember being young and the girl I was messing with at the time told me she thought she was pregnant. She was talking crazy. I said, well, you could just, if you pregnant, you know what I'm saying? You could just give me the baby. I'll take care of it. You ain't got to do nothing. Because I didn't even, there was no thought in my brain about backing down from that responsibility and playing and half-stepping with it. Do you know what I'm saying? I know if I would have got the chick I was messing with pregnant when I was selling dope, I would have stopped selling dope the minute she'd have told me she was pregnant. Because I owe responsibility to that child. To be free. To be alive. Not for them to come see me at no prison. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not about me, it's about them. It's no different with the word. It's not about me, it's about y'all. It's not about me. You know what I'm saying? It was, when Lil Muffin was born, it wasn't about me no more. It was about Lil Muffin. Period. The minute we can sit back and we can look at it, it's not about you, that it's about benefiting someone else, then we can actually get close to actually taking this man's mind on. Because that's how he thought. It's not about me, it's about the people. But when he spoke and when he talked and when he moved, then people thought that he was about himself. Why do you think this man had to tell them my doctrine is not mine but his that sent me? If any man do his will, he know if the doctrine be mine or whether I speak. Because the people thought he was about himself. That's how they thought about him when they seen him moving. You think he would have to tell them people that if they didn't think that he would talk, that he thought he was the man and it was about him and not about the people? He wouldn't even have told them that. But as you can see how quickly that a misconception of an individual can come about, because they had a gross misconception of Yahushua, period. That's why he say, because they don't know him that sent me. Because if they would have known him that sent me, they wouldn't even be coming at me like this. Ezekiel chapter 22. You gotta love the word. The word is great. It's fantastic. It's the greatest thing I ever came across. You know what I'm saying? When it got laid plainly to me what it was, I knew. You know what I'm saying? I intrinsically knew that this word was right. I could remember it. 1775 Mayfair Village Road in the living room. I'm sitting there. I had one of them, that orange, half Bible, New Testament thing, and my spirit say, boy, you got to know this book because it's right. You know what I'm saying? But I'm like, boy, I know that these people don't know what they talking about. I ain't trying to hear it, but I know that this book is right. I can remember it. I can see it in my mind right now as I speak it to you. I remember that. The instant, like, boy, this book is right. You need to know it. Nigga, I'm like 16, 17 years old. Nigga, I'm not, how am I going to know 11, 12 years later that he would let me know how right it was? That's when I knew this man was real, because I could remember that. I could remember that. Like, boy, you need to know this book is real. It's right. You need to know this. Like, where does a thought like that come from? Nigga, I ain't raised in no church, nigga. On the real, never been to Sunday service. That's no cap. That's real talk. Never been. Mama ain't never say, you need to read the Bible, son. None of that. I read it because it was a piece of literature I felt I needed to read. Nigga, my English teacher gave me a Quran. Nigga, I had Qurans and Bibles. Man, I read all type of stuff in high school. Nigga, I wasn't on this spaced out stuff these niggas on now. You know what I'm saying? But we read all type of stuff. And every time I open this book up, I'm like, man, I don't understand nothing we're talking. I don't want to read it. I don't know what it's talking about. I didn't even try to pretend like I knew what it was talking about. I didn't even like reading it because I didn't know what it was talking about. Like, why am I going to read something I don't know what it's talking about? That was dumb to me. I don't know what it means. I don't know what it's talking about. I'm utterly confused. Why am I going to continue to read this? And nobody around me can explain nothing in this book to me. So what's the point? Where the weed man at? I got to go to work today. I'm finna steal these people money. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. Straight up. You know what I'm saying? Niggas was out here looking for love. I was looking for money. You know what I'm saying? My sister need to eat. Nigga, my mama can't cover the rent. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. Nigga, my stomach touching my back. Nigga, ain't no food in here. You know what I'm saying? That's what I was on, man. Young. All of that stuff. Yeah, that's what I was on, man. I got to do something. Nigga, ain't nobody else in here going to do it. Who going to do it? I got to do it. Should I choose crime to do it? No. What else I'm going to do? Beg these people who hate me for a job and be shocked when they don't give me one. I got to go make one. If it's illegal, so be it. Nigga, we ain't out here doing crimes for the sake of doing crimes. Nigga, that's lame nigga stuff. You want to be a thug and a gangster because what? Because you think it's cool. You's a sucker and a busting a square. We out here trying to survive. Nigga, it's real. I don't want to be out here. Who want to commit crimes? Who wants to go to jail? Who wants to go to prison? Who wants to carry a pistol and look over his shoulder and think this nigga coming to kill him? Because of what he think you got. Because you talking to a woman he wanted to talk to. Because you slept with a woman he wanted to sleep with. That nigga ain't trying to live like that. You want to live, you stupid. You know what I'm saying? And we come with the same stuff with the word. Flogging. Just lame. You know what I'm saying? Want to do stuff, it's lame. That junk there be making me hot. Why we got to be so lame? We supposed to be the really people on the planet. Just lame. Just lame for no reason. I don't understand it. I really don't. Oh yeah, verse 5 Ezekiel 22. I just don't understand it. He said, those that be near and those that be far from thee shall mock thee, which are infamous and much vexed. Behold, the princes of Yasharal, every one were in thee to their power to shed blood. He said, and in thee they have set light by father and mother in the midst of thee. They have dealt by oppression with the stranger, and in thee they have vexed the fatherless and the widow. They despise my Kadesh things and profane my Shabbats. And in thee that men carry tales to shed blood. And in thee they eat upon the mountains. In the midst of thee they commit lewdness. I have to come back and do this in greater detail. But when you sit back and he said they set light by father and mother in the midst of thee, they dealt by oppression with the stranger, knowing that he came into his own received him not. They didn't know who he was. And they oppressed him. They violated the law where it say, do not vex the stranger. How do we know that Mashiach was a stranger? Hebrews chapter 2. Because he was Elohim, so he's a stranger. You know what I'm saying? How is he a stranger? He said they have not known me because they haven't known the Father who sent me. He was a stranger to these people. Even though he was their kinsman after the flesh, even though he was of the seed of Yehuda, even though he was from the seed of David, even though he was from Bethlehem, he was still a stranger to these people. And they dealt with oppression with the stranger because he was peculiar. He was odd to these people. But we have to sit back and look at how he was a stranger. In Hebrews chapter 2. You should know how he was a fatherless and a widow because the father forsook him. And they vexed the man and they mocked the man. When they say near or far, you have to remember, sit back and remember this. The Romans put the crown on his head of thorns and the robe on him and the little scepter in his hand and then slapped him in the mouth with the reed, mocking him because they were from afar. The Isle of the Gentiles, remember, they from afar. And then when he was on the stake, if you be the son of Elohim, come down from the stake and we'll believe you. And they were mocking him. Ain't that something? The Gentile mocked him. His own people mocked him. The Gentiles oppressed him. His own people oppressed him. The Gentiles vexed him. His own people vexed him. You know what I'm saying? It goes to show that if you live righteously, it ain't going to matter who it is. Your own people going to hate you. The other nations going to hate you. Ain't nobody going to love you but y'all. That man told you if every man speak well of you, woe unto you. Because so did their fathers to the false prophets. You got to sit back and think about that. Everybody got great things to say about you. And you supposed to be in the word. Or even more so, if you talk about you teaching the word, and everybody got great things to say about you. Oh boy, that man say destruction on you. I know you telling lies. I know you ain't holding it down. That's hard right there, but that's real though. That's what the master said. Luke chapter 6, check on it. That's what the master said. Woe unto you if when all men speak well of you. Because so did their fathers to the false prophets. Because these people going to vex. You talking about your own people. He said they got tails in them to shed blood. To shed blood. To shed blood. Because remember, man, you know, a talebearer revealeth secrets. We'll reread that Proverb 20 and then back to Proverb 24 and then slide them up out of here. Hebrews 2 and 7 though. Make it 6. But in one certain place testifies, saying, what is man that thou art mindful of him, or the son of man that thou visit him? Thou made him a little lord in the Malachim, thou crowned him with esteem and honor, and didst set him over the work of thy hands. Thou hast put all things in subjection under his feet, For in that he put all in subjection under him, he left nothing that is not put under him. But now we see not yet all things put under him. But we see Yahushua, who's made a little Lord in the Malachim for the suffering of death, crowned with esteem and honor, that he by the favor of Elohim should taste death for every man. Clearly this man would have to be a stranger, because they didn't know who he was. He was strange, he was odd, he was peculiar to these people, and they vexed him. And they violated Deuteronomy 23 by vexing the Egyptian or Mizraim. And we could look at Egyptian, Greek bondage, they oppressed the man. Because he took on our bondage and our sin. You know what I'm saying? See, we talk a lot of stuff, this, that, there, and the third. But a lot of us don't really want to actually become this man and exhibit his behavior and his faith and his attributes and all of these things. Because that would be work. Work that don't nobody want to do. Everybody like the shortcut stuff. You know what I'm saying? Come up with reasons and excuses why they haven't attained a certain level of success that they feel that they should have obtained, when really it's your fault. That goes with anything that we do in life. If you got a business and your business didn't execute well, that's your fault. You know what I'm saying? You had a relationship, it didn't work out, that's your fault. You know what I'm saying? Your soul go to hell, that's your fault. The problem is that we don't ever like to actually look at what we may contributed to a situation for it not to be successful. You know what I'm saying? I can look at certain situations that I was in and was a part of, and I knew what role that I played of why that wasn't successful and what I could have did better. That's why certain stuff will bother me harder than others, because I don't like to fail. You know what I'm saying? I don't like, because I'm going to recycle that over and over and over and over again on, you know what I'm saying, what I could have did better and how I could have did better. Some people don't do that, and it may not bother them like that. That's just how my mind works. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it is what it is. I used to sit and lay down in that bunk in prison every day and think about what I could have did better for that not to happen. Every day. Boy, if we just would have stayed in the house. Or if I would have came in there and caught that serve when Kaka Bell told me she had a 30, but I'm waiting on my homeboy. Or if I just would have gave that nigga my rocks along with them people money, I wouldn't even caught that case. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. Man, if I wasn't messing with Marie that night and went and did this here, I wouldn't, that wouldn't even want to happen. You know what I'm saying? All this type of stuff. And that could have changed the course of the direction of my life went, maybe for positive or negative. Because I'm going to tell you, especially on the hustling tip. I said, I'm already a workaholic, but I hustled so hard because I literally lost 10 years of my life. You know what I'm saying? 10 years of my life went down the toilet bowl. Like, straight up. Selling crack, going to jail, going to prison, all that. 10 years of my life went straight down the toilet bowl. You know what I'm saying? So you're trying to bounce back. Because there's certain things that if I wouldn't have been involved in that, I probably would have already been at. One of the most hurtful things I heard when I got out of prison, I think his name is Coach Clark. He looked me in my face, he said, boy, I thought you'd already had your business by now. Felt so bad. Because this man already knew that that's what I was on then in high school. He just knew that. He just knew that I didn't think, like, because niggas thought I was weird. They thought I was crazy and all, because I didn't think like them. I didn't desire the things that they desired. I wasn't into the things that they were into. You know what I'm saying? Like the way that I thought I was ahead of my peers. Didn't make me any special, nothing. I just was ahead of them. And you always had that with people, they be ahead of their time. And you don't necessarily understand them at the time when they're doing what it is that they're doing. Come on here to Proverbs chapter 20. I done met some real live, 20 and 19 I was in, real live, intelligent people in my lifetime. Real sharp, solid individuals. And I seen that with them, that people did not understand them. They thought they were crazy, they thought they were this, they thought they were that. I seen dudes that felt like two intelligent black men had to be in competition with one another, that they couldn't look at themselves as being equals, that it wasn't a competition of who was smarter. You know what I'm saying? That's how our people think. That's how we operate. It's sad. When he say he that go about as a talebearer reveals secrets, therefore meddle not with him that flatter with his lips. Come on to Matthew chapter 26. Let's go ahead and finish this off. I'm going to read that Proverbs 24:8. He that devises to do evil shall be called a mischievous person, and the thought of foolishness is a sin, and a scorner is an abomination of men. Matthew 26, let's sit back and look at him flattering with his lips. He said, don't you meddle with him, he reveals secrets. Matthew 26:1. He reveals secrets. He informs. He tells his friends. 26:1. It came to pass when Yahushua had finished all these things, he said unto his disciples, ye know that after 2 days is the feast of the Passover, and the Son of Man is betrayed to be crucified. Then assembled together the chief priests and the scribes and the elders of the people unto the palace of the high priest, who was called Caiaphas, and consulted that they might take Yahushua by subtlety and kill him. Take him by lies and kill him. Remember now, and you know what's funny? Pray the Lamb. He did put this in my brain. Pray the Lamb. He said that they wanted to take him by subtlety and kill him, right? Genesis chapter 3, verse 1. Because remember, he said, he that come up with evil intentions shall be called a mischievous person. And it said that word for person in that particular verse is Baal, or owner, or husband. And it said that they wanted to take this man by subtlety and kill him. Let's see who their owner is with these wicked inventions they got in their head. After Genesis 3:1, you know what it is. John 8:44. Now the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field which Yahuwah Elohim had made. And he said unto the woman, yea, have Elohim said you shall not eat of every tree of the garden? Ain't that something that it said that the serpent was more subtle and that these men wanted to use subtlety to kill him? Guile, deceit, showing forth who their father is. John 8:44. That's why he say him that come up with evil inventions shall be called a mischievous person. You'll be called Satan's child. Ooh, boy, that's ugly. That's ugly. I can say one time, man, in the streets, I came up with an old mischievous plan. And then I ain't even follow through with it. Because I just wasn't my style. I wasn't really on that. You know what I'm saying? Nigga was tripping at the time. I ain't on front. You know what I'm saying? Nigga was tripping. But, I wasn't on that. You know what I'm saying? Ain't trying to rob nobody. Ain't like this is, man. Niggas just get money. You know what I'm saying? Get money just like anybody else can get money. You know what I'm saying? Everybody can do the same things. The only thing I sit back and look at is with the word is everybody can do the same things, but it's contingent on if it's Yahuwah's will for you to do it. You know what I'm saying? Because I can tell you like this here. This right here, what I'm doing right, boy, I tried to buck this numerous a day. You know what I'm saying? Lil Muffin can bear witness. If Nell was present, she could bear witness. I tried to buck this numerous a day. I did not really want to do it. You know what I'm saying? I was sitting back looking at, okay, the information he giving me, I feel like I'm capable of doing it. You know what I'm saying? And to serve his people, yeah, that's a beautiful thing to be able to do it. Yeah, I would want to do it. And then I would sit back and think about, but this people, I don't know if I want the stress, the aggravation, the frustration. You know what I'm saying? Shoot, I'm straight. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather just sit in the crowd, you know what I'm saying, than to deal with that. Straight up. You know what I'm saying? That's how I felt. You spend plenty of times where Lil Muff used to tell me that would be selfish of you. You know what I'm saying? Because I would express certain things like, you know what I'm saying? She was like, that would be selfish. And it was. You know what I'm saying? She wasn't wrong. She was right. And it was. You know what I'm saying? But I'm like, man, you know what I'm saying? It's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. You know what I'm saying? It is a lot. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, clearly, this man must think that I'm strong enough to be able to handle it, among other things that I wouldn't think necessarily that I was, but clearly he does. You know what I'm saying? I'd be like, shh. Man, look here. John 8:44. I remember reading something where they say them Christian pastors got a high rate of suicide. I can see why. You know what I'm saying? The master definitely is the strongest man that ever walked this planet. Because you have to take on everyone's burdens, everything everybody got. And you have to bear that for them. You know what I'm saying? And truth be told, like in the flesh, you may not have anyone to carry yours. You sit back and you look at it with the master, he carried everybody's stuff. You know, they brought Simon the Cyrene to help carry his state. Which goes back to what he told Moses in the law. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be too much for this if you bear this by yourself. You know what I'm saying? But y'all just don't know. You know what I'm saying? And I done sat back, man, that's a lot to carry. That man, the strongest man ever lived, that's a lot to carry. You got to carry everybody's stuff. And ain't going to be nobody to help you carry yours. Because everybody going to sit back and look at you. If you carrying my stuff, you ain't supposed to have you ain't supposed to have nothing to carry. You know what I'm saying? It's a lonely existence. People don't realize it or know it just because how it's presented or how dudes operated who ain't been sent. You know what I'm saying? You have to carry a lot of things, and I'm telling you, ain't going to be nobody to help you carry yours. John 8:44. Ye are of your father, the devil, and the lust of your father ye will do. He was a murderer from the beginning. They come up with subtlety to try to kill him. And abode not the truth, because there is no truth in him. When he speak a lie, he speak of his own, for he is a liar and the father of it. That's why I say a talebearer reveals secrets. You know what I'm saying? Don't meddle with him. When he flattered with a lip, leave him alone. He that come up with evil thoughts, he's a mischievous person. And that's what we turn around to see these Satan's children. These Satan's children. That's who these is. This is Satan's children. Because they coming with tales of shed blood, informing and snitching and whatnot. Let's see what happened to this snitch nigga. And we're going to sit back and look at the prayer that David made for this snitch nigga. And what he should get, and every nigga who following his footsteps. Nigga don't like it, take it up with y'all. I feel how David feel. You's a snitch nigga after the ilk of Judas. I hope you get just what Judas got. Somebody don't like it, oh well, what you gonna do about it? That's how I feel about it. Take it up with y'all. That's it's in the book. That's what he deserved. That was what he was ordained to get. And if you walk in that pathway with him, you ought to get it too. It's only right. Because you showing yourself to be Satan's child. They came with subtlety to come to kill him. The law say that the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field. And this man did turn around and say, you of your father the devil, and the lust of your father you will do, because you was a murderer from the beginning. And this man sat back and said that these men will kill you and take you out of the synagogues and kill you, because they have not known him that sent me, nor my father. Guess what that means then? Verse 4. Man, if Google Play don't stop emailing me, man. And consulted that they might take Yahushua by subtlety and kill him. But they said, not on the feast day, lest there be an uproar among the people. See, the whole key thing what they ain't want to happen was, they ain't want the people to kill him. That's all they were worried about. As long as we get him killed, that's all that matters. We don't want to get killed, but we got to kill this nigga. Now, verse 14, same chapter. Then one of the 12, called Judas Iscariot, went unto the chief priests and said unto them, what will you give me, and I will deliver him unto you? And they coveted with him 30 pieces of silver. And from that time he sought opportunity to betray him. We know from John chapter 13 that Satan entered into his heart. So that's how he had to come to be able to use this subtlety. You know what I'm saying? Now let's look at John chapter 18 and let's look at this informant, this old snitching nigga here. John 18:1. This old snitch nigga here, man. When Yahushua had spoken these words, he went forth with his disciples over the brook of Cedron, where was a garden, into the which he entered and his disciples. And Judas also, which betrayed him, knew the place. For Yahushua oft times resorted thither with his disciples. Judas, having received a band of men and officers from the chief priests and Pharisees, come thither with lanterns and torches and weapons. Yahushua, therefore, knowing all things that should come upon him, went forth and said unto them, whom seek ye? Now remember in Matthew chapter 26, he came and said, hail, master, and kissed it. Came with that flattering stuff, told you not to meddle with him. You know what I'm saying? You got to be careful with people that try to tell you how great you are. And how then you're this and you're that and you're this. Because Proverbs 26 says you better be careful because there's 7 abominations in his heart. So there's false witness. There's discord among brethren. There's shedding of innocent blood. There's wicked imaginations. All of these things. But we've went over that before. The just man falling 7 times and rising again. And I tell you this for the righteous, for the upright, for the pure at heart, and ruach. You would want to take on those 7 abominations that you might be purified through the fire, that your soul might be preserved, because then you would literally become conformable with his sufferings and made like unto his resurrection at that point. I know I mentioned that the other. There's another different way that we could attack that, and we need to go over that one day to attack that from that aspect for you to understand that to actually fall into those 7 abominations is for the preserving of your soul. This is what got him resurrected from the dead. He fell into them 7 troubles. And if he says that all that live godly shall be persecuted, then you have to understand that your innocent blood will be shed, and that people will think to do wicked things against you, and that they will lie on you, and they will try to separate you from your brethren. This is all the things that must occur. But these things need be if you actually are going to become him. If you're actually going to be made like unto his sufferings and conformable unto his death, you will have to experience it. Does that offend you? Does that put fear in your heart? You know what I'm saying? That's how I sit back and look at it, man. You know what I'm saying? Because this thing is real out here. It's realer than you could imagine. We look at Judas, he revealed these secrets. He got the man killed. And after that, he wanted to kill himself. But let's look at Psalms 109, though. Let's look at what David prayed for, because it's about 11. It's time to let y'all depart. But we must read Psalms 109. We must read Psalms 109. This is the reward for the wicked. This is the reward for the talebearer, for the snitch, for the revealer of secrets. Reveal where his friends at to get his friend killed. He said, "You're my friends." That's what he told these men. And his friend, his familiar friend, lifted up the heel against him while he ate bread. Took him out, revealed the secret. That is ugly, ugly, ugly. Why? Because they had evil thoughts in their head, so they shall be called a son of the devil. After we read Psalms 109, we will read 1 John chapter 3 and verse 8. Psalms 109:1. Hold not thy shalom, O Elohim, of my praise, for the mouth of the wicked and the mouth of the deceitful are opened against me. They have spoken against me with a lying tongue. They compassed me about with words of hatred, and fought against me without a cause. For my love, they are my adversaries, but I give myself unto prayer. They have rewarded me evil for good and hatred for my love. Set thou a wicked man over him, and let Satan stand at his right hand. So this is what he sat back and he said back by Judas. Let a wicked man be over him. And instead of Yahushua being at his right hand, let Satan be at his right hand. When he shall be judged, let him be condemned, and let his prayer become sin. Because he that turneth his ear away from the law, even his prayer shall be an abomination. Since you don't want to hear the testimony of Yahushua HaMashiach, let your prayer be offensive to Elohim. Since you want to be an informer, since you want to hate a man without cause, since you want to take people out to kill him, let your prayer become sin. And when it's time for you to be judged, let you go to hell. This is what a talebearer ought to get. Then what Judah got, and anybody who follow after, that's what they ought to get. That's what the book say. Let his days be few and let another take his office. That's so you can know that talking about Judas. You can go read that in Acts chapter 1 so you can know. Let his children be fatherless and his wife a widow. Let his children be continually vagabonds and beg. Let them seek their bread out of their desolate places. Let the extortioner catch all that he have, and let the stranger spoil his labor. And let there be none to extend mercy unto him, neither let there be any favor to his fatherless children. Let his posterity be cut off, and in the generation following, let their name be blotted out. Let the iniquity of his fathers be remembered with Yahuwah, and let not the sin of his mother be blotted out. let them be before Yahuwah continually, that he may cut off memory of them from the earth. Because he remembered not to show mercy, but persecuted the poor and needy man, that he might even slay the broken in heart. Because you got to sit back and remember, Yahushua said he was even exceedingly sorrowful, even unto death. He broken in heart. That ain't stopped Judah from persecuting and killing him. That ain't stopping. There's some other stuff in here, and it brought to remembrance something I was thinking about. I'll talk to y'all about that when I'm done, though. He said, as he loved cursing, so let it come unto him. As he delighted not in blessing, so let it be far from him. That's how we sit back and look at it. That's how we look at a talebearer. That's how we look at Judas and his children. They said, let the blood be on our children. You got these ideas, you Satan's children. Got no love for you, nigga. You know what I'm saying? We got love for you, and we gonna love our enemies like the master told us. We got no love for you though. He said, you my enemies. He said, I hate you with a perfect hatred. I don't fool with you like that. I don't fool with you like that. But see, the difference is we gonna let y'all get you. We ain't gonna take it in our own hands. 1 John 3:8. We gonna still like this here. You ask for water, we gonna give you milk. Don't think we don't know how to execute righteousness, overcome evil with good. That's what the book say. That's all we gonna do. Don't think we gonna walk around here with no attitude. This, that, then the third. We gonna walk like the master walk. We gonna be perfect like our Father in Shamahim. You like this here? We gonna show extra love. Get that back at the resurrection of the dead. He that commits sin is of the devil, for the devil sinned from the beginning. For this purpose the Son of Elohim was manifested, that he might destroy the works of the devil. Being an informer and a carrier of secrets and tales is of the devil. Because usually when you sit back and you do that, there's some subtlety involved in order to manipulate a situation to the desired outcome that you seek to do. And usually it's to the destruction of another person. Luke chapter 21 and verse 15. Because we got to sit back and look at one more thing about the revealing of secrets. And look and sit back and see who would reveal these secrets to get you killed. Showing forth that they Satan's churn. I know this is a hard one. It's ugly. It is what it is, though. Luke 21 and 15. For I will give you a mouth and wisdom which all your adversaries shall not be able to gainsay nor resist. You shall be betrayed, both by parents and brethren and kinfolk and friends, and some of you shall they cause to be put to death, and you shall be hated of all men for my name's sake. Well, listen to me again. And you shall be betrayed. So if you're going to be betrayed, just like Hamashiach was betrayed, it's because you were dealing with a talebearer who reveals secrets. And 99.9% of the time, just like he told to Daniel, they'll cleave to some of them with flatteries. They're going to try to flatter you. They're going to try to flatter you. They're going to try to flatter you. He said, don't fool with them. Don't fool with them. Because whoever come up with those type of thoughts, there shall be called a mischievous person. That's ugly. You shall be betrayed both by parents and brethren and kinfolk and friends, and some of you shall they cause to be put to death. Because some of your own people will be talebearers. It could be your brother. And notice when he say by parents and brethren and kinsfolk and friends, it could be your own brother and sister, naturally and spiritually. It could be your own parents. It could be your own kinfolk. It could be your own friends. That they will execute the same thing that Judas did. And if you got Mashiach in you, and you in Mashiach, then what that man prayed for in Psalms 109, that's the same thing they going to get. But we'll start right there because we ran long. Hallelujah for Yahushua. Everybody on the stream, we appreciate y'all. Bless y'all at the house of Yahuwah. By Hashem Yahushua. Most high willing, on tomorrow, we're going to holler at you. And yeah.